See you guys Monday. Ciao.
Ciao.
Hey guys, yeah, 2 o'clock. Welcome back. A couple hours left on a Friday afternoon. It should be an exciting one, but also a little bit quiet right now. We'll take a look at where we're at as far as the markets are concerned. Currently, 1.16 for the S&P. It is the NASDAQ leading the way right now. 1.5% back to the upside as we end off, the fourth straight positive week for the market. 0.85 there for the Dow. TSX here in Toronto, positive on the day. Same story for Brazil. A little bit more negativity. Bottom end of the board, 2.2% for crude oil. Bitcoin did get back above 24,000 though, which is key, I think. Heading into the weekend, there's the board for you. Very green board right across the entire thing. This ILMN, if you're seeing it for the first time, was an earnings name, down 8%, was down about 15 in the pre-market. So a nice bounce back to the upside for ILMN. PKI, same story, was an earnings name, still kind of chopping around in negative territory. Everything else, though, back to the upside, being led right now by semiconductors specifically. The tech group, though, overall, leading as far as gainers are concerned. An 8% move today for ON Semiconductor. AMAT about 5% back to the upside. But this group right here making up most of the positivity this afternoon. Software names are also in positive territory along with the banks as well. Higher on the day. Etsy 3.25%. Coming off some positivity after the close yesterday. Penn National almost 6%. NCLH, CCL, RCL, the cruise lines, all of them back to the upside this afternoon. Has been a pretty good afternoon overall as far as the S&P is concerned. The NASDAQ, though, is where to be if you have been long or are planning on being long, want to be in some tech stocks. We'll have a look at a few coming up here. Hope your afternoon is going well. We'll kick things off as we normally do with a look backwards at what we were looking at in the pre-market. This morning, there was a ton of opportunities, a ton of things moving around, some of which ended up being a little bit tricky today, including Rivian coming off of earnings. But we'll start things off with a review. Here comes Nioh talking about one of his trades.
Welcome. Trade of the day here is going to be Nioh. Nioh, just like yesterday, sometimes you're a little bit late to the party. Nioh super strong. Again, 2-day sessions in a row. But it was about going back to yesterday to find the pattern for what I thought was a relatively easy execution. I'm changing things up a little bit. Sometimes I'll go higher time frame to show you the levels. I'm just literally going to show you a 3-minute chart of Nioh yesterday and then a 3-minute chart of what we're looking at here today. Now, if you were following along, after Nioh made that ridiculous, try to break the bottom, hold at 20 even, and then breakout move in the AM right to 21, little consolidation at 21, push right to 22. Just super strong action. And when we're late to the party, remember we're looking at longs right in here, those dips. We're playing that 21.40 to 50 for dips into the high, rinsing and repeating. And then what we didn't do was flip to the short after it broke that support and then trended to the downside. So I marked off that little break and then pivot into a turn into a short trade. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, establish some of those levels from yesterday. How can we take them to our advantage? And the first of which is sort of obviously going to be when we dip down at the open, we have one of those wick off bottoms. So the first thing you want to see is, does it reclaim that 20 level that it ended up holding? Yes, it does. We end up holding right here, higher low at 2020. This is where you're thinking about the long side of the trade. It's always going to be, it's similar support to where you had there and then a little bit of a jump off. I'm not expecting it to be as strong. The market, was thinking a little bit of a sell side at that time as well. But then you look at this breakout style trade. Always missing the breakout on Nioh. It's like it puts in that higher low where you want that support and then gives you that break of the high of the day. The next best thing to, if you don't get this break and play it into 60, is to simply do what we did yesterday. Get right in there, buying the dip from the breakout and then scalping to that high. That's what the entire pattern that we're looking for at those higher prices, which ended up working, and then do it until it breaks that support and you can flip into a short, or the opposite. What we're hoping would happen yesterday did happen today, where it does eventually take out the top. You're then going long again at 2080 playing it into 21, and then we're going long again at 21 and trying to play it into the high that it's holding right now, holding the top end channel along with the overall market, which is holding a channel at that top. Relative strength in Nioh. It's only up 1%. When a stock is trending, you want to make sure that you're trying to get involved, either holding the trend the entire way or just finding yourself multiple entry points. But I'll be telling you, every single time you see these wick bottoms on Nioh, you don't have to have the low. You don't have to have the break. When Nioh is going to trend, sometimes you can just join it late and you can get that continuation. But even as I sit here, when I notice what happened at that 21.25, where it turned into a little bit of a short, you can't ignore that fact that what is that level that we can't seem to break? It's just beneath that 21.25. And that's why if we break out, I think we're levitating right up to almost 21.50. We get through that gap and there's a lot of room to go. But yesterday's pivot point is today's resistance. Sometimes all you got to do is look back one day at the previous day's pattern to give you a trade, like the trade of the day here is always sponsored by Day Trade the World.
It has been a busy day for EV stocks in general. We'll talk about a few coming up here, but a number of them on that this morning, the watch list, guys. Make sure you grab that every day before you come and join us. We spend 8:30 to 9 talking about what you need to know before the open and get you set for the open and all the opportunities that will come with it. Here's a few things in that same group that we were discussing in the pre-market this morning, including Fisker. They were talking about some manufacturing updates that came through, including that they were sold out for their Ocean model for 2023. As far as production is concerned, Rivian as well on watch this morning. I mentioned before, some of these trades ended up being a little bit tricky today. Back and forth was Rivian, a bit of a chop fest after earnings and a production update from them as well.
All right, it's Friday. It's Friday.
Oh, what? His mic's...
Oh, the power's off.
Oh, the power's off. Well, sometimes you got to turn the power on and off.
Are we okay now?
Can you hear me now?
Testing.
Can you hear me
okay, because, I don't know, we don't want to... our batteries are now like right in front of us, and our mic stand is right there. I pulled it out,
we're supposed to
put
charge
it in.
them like this.
We're supposed to charge these afterwards?
Well, I think these are charged. Never mind.
This is the problem. Like, you give us new toys, and we have absolutely no idea. Like, Mark came here, and I was like, oh, how do you guys think about this? We're like, oh, yeah, we'll figure it out. The very first second I get a chance to do something, and my mic is off. But welcome to the midday show. So I don't even know what day it is. Friday, the closing show, where we're excited. And, yeah, you started off with some Rivian action there. And, yeah, Rivian earnings today. Look, I mean, I started the show saying this could be like a little bit of a boring day. We started that at about 9 o'clock, noticing. But the market's been going to the upside here. So as you can see, the NASDAQ just all day trending higher. So just respecting this 50 period, a beautiful move to the high side. I'm short right now. Like, I'm net short. Meta is a big position short for me. We are long Ford. We'll talk about that as it goes. But since we're on Rivian right now, we wanted that 40 long. We took it initially. It was good. Then we reloaded that when it dipped down into 39.50. That was also good. Then we just had an in and out here at 39. Actually, I'm surprised. Like, why did I get out so fast? I guess that's about a 20-cent hit. So long there at 39.20, out there on the break of 39. So, yeah, Rivian today, not bad, but also not good. So not much movement. This is pretty boring as far as earnings are concerned. We saw Upstart. We've seen some of those other names that we talked about, Palantir, Micron, Roblox, some of these names with shorter floats out there that had moved a lot more violently than this. So today, Rivian, I feel like, has found a base at 38. No. So maybe we do have a base of operations somewhere down there looking forward. But kind of doing nothing right now. I'm not in position for Rivian. I do have long Nikola. Let me talk about that quickly because I'm in it. Nikola, there was a report right here that Toyota Motors might be interested in some sort of a deal. Remember, Nikola had that, I forget what they're called, but they had one with GM there. Like, not a partnership, but like... I forget what they're called. Anyways, just thinking that something might be involved there with Toyota. So we went long on the pullback, and since then, it's really done absolutely nothing. So I'm in this trade until we break a little lower here. Yeah, breaking through basically 80s to the downside. If we take this level out, then we can get out of Nikola. But for right now, I might just get out. We've been in this name for about an hour, and it's doing nothing. I was just hoping that maybe something would come from that story. So if you do see me in Nikola, which you do, that is why.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you, Nina, for noticing that I'm getting chilly here. Like I got up to, it was up to do the trade of the day. I sit back down and it's like the AC is on. My hands are getting cold. I don't know what it is,
Well, it's
man.
better than getting too warm, I think.
You think Brendan is in a sweater up in, actually, you know what? Stephanie's in a sweater.
That's because it's a style thing.
I guess it's cold. Is it cold up there?
Better.
Okay, she's like, okay. Anyways, I'm in like short sleeves because I'm an idiot. So apparently it's just supposed to be cold in here, and I got to live with it. Sean, I hope we don't have a base at 38 on Rivian. Sean's probably right. I think we do because, quite frankly, when in doubt, zoom out. I mean, the chop fest that it's been in Rivian the last couple of days, there's your 37.50 to 38 bottom, there's your 40 top. I tried to break out as well and got stopped out. Should have flipped short immediately, did not do so till it broke down at 39. And now I'm sort of sitting in this trade on Rivian. It looked like we were rejecting, and look, we're still not convincingly above this high in both the ES and the NASDAQ. And so anything that was relatively weak and sort of fighting things to the downside as the market's trying to take the top, I liked it. It was a double top, trend down. I'm getting to short below VWAP when the market's trying to break out. If the market flushes, rejects the high of the day, I'm not fighting against a strong stock shorting the top. That's the notion here with Rivian, but it's clawing back to the upside as we speak. And I should be aggressive getting out in front of 38 because I'm not even sure Rivian is going to break out in either direction today. If it couldn't do so after earnings, I mean, is it really going to do? We're not going to get low of the day in Rivian today, and we're probably not going to see the high of the day. I think that's the one thing I'm sure about here. But if we get through VWAP, I have to give this trade up. I thought it was weaker than it was.
Hi, Steph and I are just discussing how slow the market is moving to the upside today. Let's just jump right into it. Steph is here to give us an update on what to look for this afternoon in futures trading.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's just jump straight into it with talking about ES futures. So going into market open, mind you, this is a 5-minute chart that I am looking at. It was very tough to gauge direction because we weren't up to that 42.50 level. It wasn't worth taking the risk in anticipation that we were going to maintain strength and go up there. So as soon as we did hit that 42.50 key level, I adjusted my intraday levels specifically to 42.54 and 42.68. So for me personally, it wasn't worth taking the risk only 5 points up before we could reverse from there. So my bias on the day was looking to fade the move. Of course, yesterday prior's high, which I did mention in the morning, was 42.60, and I wouldn't even consider us kind of going up and down. It's like a slow, steady grind, one tick up, one tick down, and obviously going into power hour, I'm not really sure if we're gonna see the strength to continue to that upside. And honestly, we could close in the middle of this range from here. Right now, it's not doing anything, and I'm even having a tough time deciding on whether I still want to continue to average and fade this move because right now there's really no direction till the end of the day. So hopefully when I have some updates at 3:15, there will be more exciting moves and actions. But up until here, what I would say is I want to see us strongly maintain above yesterday's high, which was 42.60. But also we could continue back down to 42.50. So it's a really tight range that we're going to be working with, 10 points till the rest of the day. And yeah, that's really all from me, guys. I will check back in at 3:15, hopefully with more action to report on for futures.
Hopefully with more action, definitely for a Friday afternoon. We'll look for some opportunities anyways going into the close here. We were wondering in the pre-market, if you joined us this morning around 8:30 or so, whether it would be a squeeze kind of Friday with a whole bunch of these highly shorted low float stocks moving around once again. AMC was one of those. Bed Bath & Beyond, however, kind of took over as far as the strength was concerned. Back to the upside today for BBBY. There's Veru as well, guys. Just I'm seeing right now taking out day highs again. Fahad above 1880.
Fahad
was like, yo, short Veru in front of 18. Trust me.
That's not, it's worse than that. He was like, it's the easiest short you'll ever see.
Yeah. Well, it's easier than this market, that's
never,
for sure.
First of all, never, ever, I mean, ever just take a trade. First of all, I would have probably done it anyways, but like, don't ever take a trade just because somebody who has a nice little ponytail says to do so. That's Fahad up there. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's that one, we'll get to it in a quick second, but I want to do this for AMC because every single day this week, and the trades aren't showing on the chart. okay, so I mean, look, AMC has been giving you trading gold pretty much. There was one bad day on Tuesday, but for the most part, Monday was a pretty clean up day. And then you had a breakout followed by buying off the lows. And then, like, the entire time, you're basically getting a nice strong uptrend, come right back to the lows, retest the highs. In the afternoon, you're looking bullish on AMC. So came in today looking for that 2610, the level that we're waiting for the break to happen in the afternoon show yesterday. And we basically gap above that. So I'll go back to the 3-minute. I'm in the pre-market. It's like, okay, same game plan. It's on the break. We'll catch it on the dip. And it starts to go. And unlike yesterday, it wasn't even challenging you at the pre-market lows at the open. As a matter of fact, it was churning and in the money, and you're holding it and it's getting set for that 27 break that we've been waiting for. And if you rewind the show, you would have heard both of us, not just myself, both of us. We're both sort of saying, man, I hate breaks on AMC at like 9:30. It's like, man, this is probably going to be a trap. Oh, this is going to suck. But blah, blah, blah. And lo and behold, it breaks 27, does this crazy wick, and then just proceeds to slam to the downside. I mean, reject that high. And then it's like all those dip buys that are sort of sitting in there from the pre-market, like those are like, here's your insta-fills, right? Like, yeah, go take all of that and then just immediately get stopped out. Like so that all happened in like the first candle. The second candle then wick bottomed the pre-market low. So this is all in the first like, couple of minutes. Wick bottoms the bottom low and then holds 26 for a brief second. Gives you some hope that it's about to come back halfway. It's like, yeah, okay, we're going to be back. We're going to make some back. Catch one fill and then utter rejection. About the only thing that was saving grace was when it reclaimed that low of the day at 26. I was like, this is a short at this point. Like, you've got to wick off top. You put in the lower high. You even trapped some longs back in, including myself, at 26. It's just like we were talking about with Nioh there. When it breaks level like that, flip to the short side of the trade and play it to the downside. There was a buyer at 25.50 that was holding this up, and eventually when it broke, I think I took too many shares out in front of 50. Did not really hold for the 25 low because it did this little wick bottom at 25, and I trailed out at 25.25. It then pressed back into the low of the day. And then all of a sudden, it did that thing where it gets strong again. As Bed Bath & Beyond is going, there we go. We're holding VWAP. BBBY is going. It's consolidating at 26. I'm like, it's going back to 26.70. And this is the best part because I had just gotten this fill back up at 26.10, taking about 15, 20 cents a winner to scalp out. And then you hear Luca going absolutely nuts because Bed Bath & Beyond is crushing. And that's the stop out in AMC, and then go short in AMC after Bed Bath & Beyond crushed to the downside. AMC still testing down, now back at that 25 even. All while the better trade was to just wait around. If you just waited patiently for Bed Bath & Beyond to take out this on the set, so yesterday's high, right about there at 11 o'clock, we came off the show. It took out that high, pulls back, gets maybe like 15 to 20 cents, and that's all it had to hold against you, and then that squirrels to the upside. I mean, it was a big enough move on Bed Bath & Beyond that a guy in my baseball pool is like, I bet you guys are talking about Bed Bath & Beyond today on the show. I'm like, how the hell did you know? And then, the guy doesn't even trade stocks. He's like, I got calls. I'm like, no, you didn't. But
Smart dude.
But I think he's on Twitter. It's that Wayne guy. So he's always on Twitter.
He's all about that.
So he must have seen a lot of people tweeting about it. But this was the one. You just had to be patient with Bed Bath & Beyond.
Shit.
And instead, AMC was a gong show.
Yeah, gong show. I just made a keystroke here. Okay, we still have Meta short right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do? So there's been some requests. What's up, Innate Wisdom? There are some viewers that want to see this turned around. And when you say that your daughter is 4 years old and she wants this to turn into a bull, then this could be a permanent bull for her. So shout out to everybody out there with kids and that wants to celebrate a bullish day. However, I am short, but I'm doing this for you, the audience. So there it is, right there. We are now bullish. So, we used to have the bulls running on here. Like, there's been some cool things
was like the chart
that have got taken out. And in our meeting, we were like, okay, let's get some new. Oh, here we go. We have this one at least. There we go. That's not bad. I mean, why am I wearing like a cow?
Hold on a second. Do that again.
Like, it's like, come on.
The cowboy outfit?
Come on. I look like Brendan there with that vest over there. Let's see this one.
Don't knock Cowboys.
There we go. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying, like, we're like a cowboy's riding a bear. I don't know.
I'll be going to the rodeo when I'm in Dallas, by the way.
You are? You plan to do that?
Yeah, on the Friday. Like, so in Fort Worth, Dallas. Now we're off topic, but I don't care. In Dallas, Fort Worth, the last time I was down there, I went out to the rodeo on Friday nights. Like, it is a hell of a lot of fun. Like, whether you're into it or not, I don't care. Like, it's like
whatever,
a family
man.
thing. It's like,
friends.
it's huge, drinks, everyone's super friendly. I can't wait to take my daughter to that. Like, she'll love it. But I'm not even a horse guy. I don't care. It's just a ton of fun. I don't know why.
I don't think you need to be necessarily a horse guy for that, but yeah, that's good. I hope you guys do that. I hope you're able to do that. That's lots of fun. I had the same trade on AMC there today. We were able to get out of it before it got real nasty, but I only had one trade. And that was that take of 27. I mean, honestly, breaking through 25 would have been a fantastic short. Wasn't really looking at it. It did happen there. It was not that great, so I don't think I would have had it again. But that last break of 25 all the way to the downside, and this is what we do on the show. Like, this is going to look like the worst trade of all time, but that's what we're doing, right? We're being honest about it. We're going to show you our winners. We're going to show you our losers. And both of us today on AMC hit that trade through 27. I was able to get a lot of it out at 26.60 and everything like that, but then it did continue down, and we wound up getting out. So it's not like it wasn't a super messy trade. It was just we took it, it didn't work, and Bob's your uncle. Other than that, we don't have much else today. Roblox was a fine trade, just in and out a little bit there, so not much really happening on Roblox today as far as a squeeze trade is concerned. So right now, my big concerns are with the meta short that I have, an oversized position now as we averaged into that. So let's hopefully this market can come back down. I'm with Stephanie on this one, hoping that we can get a short, like little bit of a short pump here to the downside, because this market's not doing too much. I just wonder about it being a Friday into the close here. We have power hour coming in a little bit. It's only 2:21. Yeah. So as traders come back to the market, I just wonder, is this something off of the NASDAQ being up 2.5% this week? You know, is it possibly a chance to take some off? I mean, we know that nothing's coming. They have Jackson Hole coming up. There's no meeting again until September when we're going to get the next rate move there. So I just don't really see too much reason to be too long right now, especially off of some of these moves. So we'll short Meta. I mean, we could get, look, it could be an up day. We could see 2% here today, so that wouldn't surprise me at all. We do have our outs. It'll be nasty if we get out, and we will take a big hit. It'll be like, we're 4 wins this week. Today will be the 5th day, obviously, and if it's a losing day, then it's a losing day. That would suck. I never like to end the week off negative, but we'll wait to see what happens here. Still short Meta, Brendan.
Quickly, there's this AGS that halted about an hour ago. It was around 1:15, I think, a little more than an hour ago now. This came out at that same time. So Inspired Entertainment with a bid to pick up this AGS. It's, where is it? $10 a share, apparently, was the bid. This thing halted at $7.50. So this came out after, or around the same time, I guess it was, that the stock halted. So no update on this. It is still halted, but if you missed the headline, that was probably it for AGS. We were discussing some of the Chinese ADRs in the pre-market to the downside today. More regulatory issues of concern. There was a new list brought to light by Chinese regulators this time on a few companies in the process of delisting from U.S. markets. That sent them all to the downside this morning, guys. But I mean, it's worth noting some of the EV names, as we saw with Neil, gave you lots of opportunity today, at least with volume.
Yeah, look, man, I already showed you guys, Nioh, so I'll show you what happened on Alibaba, because like those are the two today. It was like AMC, and then it was Baba in the morning. The good thing about Alibaba sort of stopping me out is it made me jump immediately over to Nioh and want to try to find a long trade. But it should have been in Baba that I was looking for the long once it broke out, shorted off the pre-market high for like the pop. In fact, you can see like you had the gap down, like you have it sort of consolidating at the lows, you have it try to test the low, test that high, come back a little bit at the open, shorted off that 22 to the high of the day, that stops out. That was actually a really good breakout trade if you had it. And then the 93 level that I sat down and was like, yeah, I like the 93 level for a bit of a short. It then carries all the way to 94 before pulling back. So, like that risk to reward, if your level is wrong, your level is wrong. And ultimately, like even if I hold it to 94, like the best it pays off is less than 1-to-1. So like you could have turned that into a winning trade, but it doesn't make any sense. What really ended up happening here, and this is where you got to start thinking about, okay, well, if I like 93s, when it holds a breakout price here, and that's the pre-market high break, you can see it hold that support. That's where there's a long entry off of that 93. That was that key level. That previous support where you had the big move yesterday, that was resistance when you go even further back on that 15-minute chart. Like that's where you got to be able to get in. And then the bias has to be reversed into the long side. Didn't happen for me there in Alibaba. And now it's just sitting at the high of the day. despite the fact that it's not green, it's a bit deceiving to say it's down. The momentum has been very strong, but like everything else in the last hour or even longer than an hour, it has been the slowest churn to the upside. Like I'm sitting here in Nioh, like the last 10 cents of this move is just taking forever. The last 40, 50 cents of Alibaba is taking forever. That's why it's hard not to think about shorts going into going into this close. I'm kind of thinking 95s on Alibaba. That's where we closed yesterday. It doesn't even seem like it wants to get there.
I mean, I only traded Alibaba as well, so not too much review there. I mean, I would just say look at the car names because next week is a big week for them. So we'll see earnings coming through. XPEV, Li Auto, I believe, unless I'm wrong on that. I think that's right. Yesterday, I thought that the retail already reported it, and they hadn't. So you were right on that one. So I think that coming through next week. Just really quickly here on crypto, like we talked about HUD 8 before, and I've been talking about this there at $1.50. So now it's at 340. That's a double up there on HUD 8 at least since we started talking about it. It continues to work. I mean, I mentioned it this morning. I called up the charts. We talked about Ether. We even called up Ether for you this morning, and you could see I was saying a break of 2,000. You know, I mean, I was really happy with how it held 1,500 there. I did not get any more long down here. I think like my last long was like around 1,500, but I mean, I didn't get anything down at 9 or 1,000 or 11 or 12 or anything like that, but a nice little move upside here for Ethereum, and you could see what HUD 8's been doing since then. I was talking about, you know, this company, they came out with earnings, I believe it was Monday, Tuesday, something like that. And it's been a nice little move upside for HUD 8 because there it is, took that out. We talked about buying that down there at that 150, but if you're looking at a daily chart for HUD 8, you are running into this area. I think it's a sell until it breaks 4. So if you're long this name, I would take some out now. The upside from here is probably about another 20% to $4. And then you can have a look here where we danced around this $4 mark again. So, you know, if you're bullish on crypto, then don't sell it, obviously. But we'll wait to see here what happens with HUD 8. I just wanted to bring that up because if you look at Coinbase today as well, it's the, well, okay, Coinbase has now recovered a little bit. So it's made a nice move up in the last little bit as well. I was going to say Coinbase was down today because when we looked at it earlier during the show, it was 84, 85 bucks. Now you're all the way back to 90 on what is strength. Coinbase actually taking out that top rate now of 89 and starting to make some more moves. Is this a long here on Coinbase now? I mean, I was just looking at this. Well, I mean, you still... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Coinbase has just been one of those crazy stocks. This is a 20-minute chart. So looking at this little area here, 92 to 94, you still got to get through there. And then we see 100. I'd rather leave Coinbase alone. Like you're almost trading this in the middle right here. You do have a drop-off spot of 87.50 if it takes that out. A couple of those wicks there. That would be where I go short. But you're at 89.50 now. So you're not even really that close to that. So let's continue to watch Coinbase.
I was just double checking. It's Li Auto and Nioh, Nio next week, and the next paying is the week after, the 23rd. So Monday, August 15th. Yeah, Monday after the close. We'll get Nio. Li Auto is pre-market on Monday. So yeah, Chinese earnings coming. Chip stocks. It's all about tech as a whole, but specifically the chip makers really leading this rally so far today as we head into, hey, the last 90 minutes to go here.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so now it's starting to accelerate a little bit to the upside. I just want to show Tesla here because I don't know. Yeah, we're not getting to Tesla just yet, but I can't ignore the fact that we just broke to the top on Tesla, getting close to that 900 level. So obviously things are starting to heat up to the upside. That's going to put a lot of pressure on my Rivian trade, which is stopped out in about 5 cents or so. But yeah, we said we'd talk about the chips. They were relatively strong. And if you were in the, if you were watching the morning show, and obviously you should be, I did have some longs that we played all the way up to like that 85, with some 83 and 82 entries, about 82 half average price on NVIDIA. And then I took this 85 breakout, and the breakout stunk, quite frankly. Like he went to 185 on what seemed like tremendous momentum, went up to 185.50, came right back in, gave you the reload at 185, goes right back to the high on the next candle. And it's like, okay, now we're going for sure. And then reversed it again. So I stopped out, and then you heard me say, I'm looking for shorts on NVIDIA at 185. That's where I ended the show in the last little part. Played it to VWAP, like, okay, these shorts are good off the lower high. Let's do it again. Let's even get greedy. But what's happening? We're still in an upward trend. So all that ends up happening is I just kept taking it, getting a little bit for a win, and stopping out here, getting a little bit for a win, and then taking more at the top and stopping out. And it's just an upward trend in NVIDIA. So I got away from the directional bias. And that's the thing, it'll kill you sometimes. Sometimes you have to get away from it because the trend breaks. But if you get away from the bias when the trend doesn't break, well, you're going to run yourself into trouble. What should have happened is when I liked the short in NVIDIA, I should have just hunted for a different, like something else in the semi space that wasn't as strong. And then that would allow me to be thinking clearly and saying, no, you should just be buying in front of VWAP because that's what you liked off the open, and you could stick with the trend. And I'm not saying it had to have been like an aim ad or whatever. I could have hunted and not found anything, but getting away from the long trend clearly was the wrong idea there. I'll still be up on NVIDIA because the long was really good in the morning, and at least I was trying to pay myself with tight, and it had tight stops on those shorts. But it could have probably been my best stock today if I had just stuck with the long, which I obviously did not do. It's been one of those Fridays, man. I just, like the AMC thing, it's not about that. But I think when you get too many inside days in a row, you start to get cute. And it's an easy thing to do because you'll think, oh, the market doesn't trend and doesn't follow through. So you stop believing in the idea that you're going to get that follow through when you have a good long.
I mean, like we just keep sitting here watching the futures just continue to tick up. I've been getting out of some of my meta here because I cannot believe some of these stocks. You want to talk about a stock, I mean, you just talked about NVIDIA, but look at AMD, like, isn't the market, like, look what the market's doing. This is why, I mean, Stephanie's short the market. She talked about that on her segment here, but like, so that's still going up, but like, look at some of these stocks. Like AMD is not moving up. Like I want to short all of these names. And I did it already. Like the minute AMD was below the VWAP and I was like, let's short this thing, let's short this. And then it took it out. So we made money on the short, but then the last one didn't work and we got taken out. But it's like, let's short. I only have one play here on AMD. And I even think even stronger now that we should be shorting these names because they're just simply put not breaking highs, right? And so I don't know, man. I mean, it's up 2.7%, so it is more aggressive, but it started the day super aggressive. And then since then, I just feel like, I mean, even if you just look like this, there's the top, and then let's just say we just made a new top right there on the move, right? So that'll be a lower high again, make a move back down to the 50 period, come back, make yet again another lower high right there, make that move back down to VWAP, then again, lower highs again, coming through. So like if you're wondering why I'm short a stock like Meta, it's ticking the same thing. It's just like it's not breaking lower. So maybe we're just wrong thinking short. And I started this. I got a big shout out to Shakib. He was talking about going to be a long day today. And those of you that are long, congratulations, because I don't know what stock.
Hats off to you, man. That's
hats off. I mean, Tesla long's been okay. That's sort of been working. Neil highlight that, and then Ford asking about Ford. Yeah. So I mean, I'm already long Ford. So actually, Neil put this in the chat on the intraday, on the midday show here when Ford was breaking this 16. So for me, that was pretty easy. As minute I saw that, we wanted to go long. So we're long. It was 16.05 was the high of the day. So we take that trade, take that long, and now it's just up and away. So I think Ford continues to work here today, breaking through 16. And then I'm just going to try to hold this until the end of the day, to be honest with you. We first went short there at 05. It broke, and we didn't take very long. We got long at 06. And then since then, it's working its way up. So we have half of the position still on here. So it's only a 10-cent winner. Okay.
Holy crap.
I mean, now the futures want to really start to go.
All I have is Nioh. I got to find a long.
I just took another reload there in Meta.
It's not going.
You know what? We'll take the L, man. Well, I mean, if this breaks above 180, we'll have to take the L. That sucks because I don't really think. I think I'm going to be mad getting out of this. But again, you have to have stops, and it's like, what is a $500 loser, for example? You don't take it out, then it becomes 6, then it becomes 8, and then you start thinking like this is the top, and then you're averaging in, and you've seen me do that before. So I would watch out. Martin Shkreli is back in the building. I wish, by the way, Martin, if you're watching, which you probably are, you are more than welcome to come on the show. I have a couple interesting questions to ask you. Crypto token right now. So he's announcing that his crypto token related to computational chemistry was hacked overnight. So I mean, if he comes on the show, I guess I got to do some research. I didn't realize he had his own token.
I didn't know that.
But it was hacked. So anyways, just some news on Martin Shkreli.
Martin, come on, play a little bit of Wu-Tang.
I'd love for this guy to come on.
Play a little Wu-Tang.
Drop the album right now for our fans.
Exactly, and then we can. That's interesting. I have no idea what that even means.
I don't know
maybe
what
try
his token
to
even is.
infer, but I'd love to hear a little bit about that. Someone send us some articles if you can find them. But thank you everybody in the chat for pointing out that it's really accelerating to the upside here.
Yeah.
So here's Alphabet. This just broke out. Like, look how clean. This is a 15-minute chart, right? Like, this is my 15 that I got up here. And look, since it broke like 120.50, it's just steady climbing to the upside. Like, I mean, give me a break. Guess what's happening here? Microsoft is steady climbing to the upside. I mean, at this point, like, if you're to be short something, like, I don't know, like, you have to, to me, like,
You have to be insane, right?
you have to be, partly insane, or the stock is just weak below VWAP, or it doesn't care about what the market is doing. But like Softies, same thing. It is just slowly grinding, like 5 or 6 straight green candles on a 15-minute chart without even getting to yesterday's high. So like there's room, all the big cap names have room to run from yesterday's high, and the NASDAQ is, I mean, we're also just sort of grinding toward that top, and it feels like we're on a collision course with it. So, I mean, I have this AMC short. I'm looking for something that I can still take long, that I don't feel like I'm just buying the absolute top.
The stupid 8-ball just. I asked. We'll go to Brendan in a second.
What do you ask?
I asked the 8-ball there. Is my earpiece not working? I didn't hear a call. Test those earpieces there, Fahad. No, it's not be working. Just quickly, I just want to talk about, because I asked the 8-ball something there, and then he said don't count on it. So the question was, is this market coming back? Don't count on it. But here it comes, right back again. So I'm going to get something out here on this meta, and I don't mean to be getting something out quickly here and being too frugal with this trade, but we did average in up to 180, and Neil was just saying that you might have to be insane to be short. I think it seems like it's getting that way. So if we can slowly just get out of some of this and give some sanity back to our trading, then we'd like to do that. Give me those 63s, man. I'm sitting here. Let's see if we can get them. There it is. It runs us over. So now we'll see if we can go back down in. We are still bidding 51. Maybe we need to reset the Unity, but I'm going to go over to Brendan because I think that's what they said.
IMV, guys, halted downside, just reopened. It broke $1 and then just absolutely flushed the second it did. So halt to the downside, reopen again. IMV, though, on heavy volume.
All right, it's working. So it was the old log out, log in to Unity thing again there. So I know that Lucas is making notes on all this stuff. So that's a good solution, it appears, right now, the log out and log back in. So, all right, let's just keep going, man.
By the way, but what I said,
I have to show this picture just real quickly because, look at the picture they pick of this guy. You know, this is him in front of Congress or whatever, raising his, this guy's hilarious. Anyways, Martin Scully, go ahead. I just wanted to show that.
Well, where's Sharif? He's not even here. I was about to say, he's holding up his hand. He's like, I plead the fifth.
Yes, that's what it seems like.
Because actually, no word of a lie. I think it was Sharif was sending me pretty funny Chappelle. He knows I like Chappelle, so he put a funny GIF up there for me. I plead the fifth.
Oh, Sharif.
That's one of the best ones. But when I say don't short anything, that does not include, AMC's tanking. That gave it up when Bed Bath & Beyond stopped. That's a different story. I mean sort of things that will follow the market, of which I'm just only in Rivian. Thankfully, when you just got excited, Sean, this curl just happened on Rivian, and it's I should be trying to get back in. Below 39 again on Rivian, finally. So now you're going to get a bit of a push. The trend is now still there to the upside. There we go. That took a couple of seconds to cancel that order.
Come on, I can make
but I'm going to get back. I'm going to get back in a Rivian to the downside. If you're gonna hold a lower high, this is something that's not at that high. This is something that's still trending to that downside. This can definitely work there on Rivian. You even have a wick off top on a few names here, like Microsoft just now. Oh, you can't see it very well there. I'll just do this. You can just see it just put in this wick top and then a bit of a rejection. So if that's the kind of thing that could give you a little bit of a turn, if we consolidate and retest those highs, well, then we have to give some of this up there. But watch out for that softie. Tesla as well. Tesla getting right up to 895, so real close to that 900 number. 900, it's going to be hard not to be on the 899. I mean, I don't mind a 900 break, but I'm usually short 99s first.
I know what Brendan's going to say here. It's not going to be good for me. What's up, Brendan?
Doordash on a big pop here, guys. Doordash drivers are now delivering Meta Marketplace or Facebook Marketplace, I guess it's still called, items. So you can now buy something on Facebook Marketplace and get it from your Doordash operator.
see where that was going. Yeah, I get that now.
Damn it. I finally, like the one short that I've dug into that finally starts working and then news has to come out about it. Like, I mean, it hasn't moved meta, so fine, but I did punch out a couple too many times there because I was like, okay, let's just go. Anyways, profitable name for us right now. We're short at 75. It's touching 50s, but I never want to be in a name, and I say this over and over again. We happened yesterday. Remember when that, oh no, it was this morning, I think, when that Michigan confidence number came out there, sentiment, and it tanked the market, and that got us into that short on BABA and tanked Microsoft a bit, right? So you never really want to be in for those kind of reasons. I'd rather be in because we're right, because the market's coming in, and I have the right names, and so on and so forth. But we did get a little bit lighter there on that, so that's okay. I mean, we've been able to take some profits here.
I like that for Doordash.
I might take. I mean, I like it for both companies. I mean, I just think the fact that, I mean, I don't know how that's going to work. Like, I mean, the marketplace is a great spot there. That's for sure. I mean, I look at my Facebook Marketplace all the time.
My wife does.
Well, I mean, not all the time, but if I'm looking for, I don't know. We're selling one of my kids' old bikes. We're selling on there right now. I don't know. I actually asked my wife if it was, what, you need a bike?
Well, I mean, for how old?
No, it's a really nice, oh, no, it's it would be Barron's. So
like,
it's too big for her.
Also, like for a few years out.
Yeah. Oh, look, I probably have a bike for your daughter, actually.
Well, she has one now, but she'll outgrow it, obviously.
Oh, yeah, well, I hope, yeah, for sure.
Well, eventually.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Hopefully you're not riding that same one in 5 years.
Not overnight.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about that for sure. That's easy. All right, so anyways, what I'm saying about this is that I'm not sure. I'm going to have to regroup on this meta trade because that's good news for Doordash and for Meta, I feel like, because the more they can figure this out, the better it is. We saw Doordash, or it was Grubhub and Amazon going through.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Grubhub, where they're going to just include the free delivery part of for Prime members. So, whoa, hello. Yeah, so that was a great news piece there for Doordash. See, that ripped all the way up and then came back down. So, okay, I see they've sort of digested this news. So it's a nice move up for Doordash, but it is coming back down right now, breaking through 77.50. So Doordash, a good little look. I think we're fine holding on to some of this because the market didn't really move there. I mean, it tried to come back in, which makes sense why we're now printing on the stock. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to affect it as much as I thought. But meanwhile, Ford going to the high spot as well. And
Coinbase is strong.
Coinbase is strong. Okay, good. We talked about HUD 8 there and Coinbase. Just quickly, those of you, I saw someone say, what the heck is this guy doing in Nikola? I mean, you're right. What am I doing in Nikola? Let's just get this out maybe right now. I mean, we held that about 10 cents against us. It was on a Toyota Motors partnership or some kind of a takeout rumor or something there. When it came across the board, you know, it just rocketed right back down, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe there is something to the story. Plus, it's $7, so thought maybe a key level if this wants to drift up the rest of the day, kind of like how Ford is. I thought there could be something there because Rivian, Fisker, a lot of those names, Tesla, you see that getting bumped up today. So although Nikola is going to be hydrogen and a little bit different than a lot of those, just thought we could get some push through on that, but we are not. But here it is, back above 7 now, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I have it layered to get out here all the way up to 20. So if this does rip up, we will get out of some of this as, yeah, Facebook, Meta just coming back into reality a little bit here.
Yeah, coming back to reality is that Rivian, the market's going back up. I did get into Dash. I got my 15-minute up. So news comes out, when in doubt, zoom out. And I have this line like kind of drawn also on my 5-minute. This 77 and a quarter, that's yesterday's bottom or just below it. It's also resistance from earlier on in the morning. And then this little chop where we close just under 78, just around that 78 even. So you can see them lined up on, like it looks a little bit more clean here on the 3, but they also line up on the 15. It's a wide range to try to have that long, which I really don't love, and we could barcode here. So I'm going to try and play off this for the afternoon, like maybe rinse and repeat. If it wants to hold this level, try and take some out on the way up to 79. I should have an offer up here as well. On the way up to 79, and then every time it retests back into the bottom, just try and grab those longs. If we get an upward trend, it's hard for me to imagine Dash. If the market keeps taking highs and that news Dash doesn't even want to go green on the session or at least hold green, that's a bit confusing to me. So if it gets below that 77 a quarter, I am out. I did note that since the news came out, the spread on Doordash is like 15 to 20 cents. It'll tighten up to 10 every now and then. That's a little bit, it's smaller than I used to seeing on Doordash. It's a little bit weird. So with my stop, I'm actually crossing like 30 cents down with a stop order below that 77.20 level. Doordash is an interesting one. I still think if the market heads higher here, we should be green. But it is Coinbase that's the strongest name.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, Coinbase is above 90 now. I hit NY for a split second there. Above $90. This is churning. Remember, this is now like a bit of a squeeze stock. So like you're on the breakout trail above 89. I think I want to try to play this thing long at all prices in front of 89, starting with 90. So just to be in the trend in something that's stupid strong, Coinbase definitely fits that bill, up 7.5% on the session. As I think you guys were mentioning, you also have like highs of the day. On Ether, I mean, Bitcoin isn't, but I think Ether is at that high of the day, or at least close enough to it.
$19.20. Yeah, it makes sense. $1,920. So shout out to Wayne. Thank you so much, Wayne Bowles there. Thank you for becoming a member, man. Definitely, much respect. I don't know if we missed anybody. I apologize. Bears versus Bulls probably got you. So thank you so much. So first of all, Tylex, you're saying at Neil, at Sean, do it I don't want to say do it the right way, but we can't. That's how it looks. If you do it properly, it actually highlights our names. No one's done it here, so I can't see. But anyways, if you want to do it, you could do it at our full name there, and it would work much better. So do that, and we'll see if we'll see about answering those questions there for you. Nicholas starting to go a little bit here. One name that we didn't discuss too much was Plug Power. That broke 29 on a lot of strength, and we got some out at 30. Like this to me is a little bit of an undercover play. I would have liked to do this for trade of the day, just doesn't search well today. But Plug, with a great move to the upside. There was some news about the solar and energy names today. So Plug Power off that 29 break. There it is. We hit it once, we hit it twice, and just go straight up to the upside there. And it's starting to get back in. I wasn't going to get anything out until we broke through VWAP. So the out's going to be down here through 29. But we're not very heavy on this, as you can see, a lot of outs right there. Just seeing if we retrace back to 30 bucks. Plug Power, a good trade for me. It's actually, it is going to be my number one stock today, and I only have one in on it, or two in. So yeah, we did hit that one. That's going to be a pretty good stock moving to the upside. I mean, Ford, depending on where it goes, I mean, we're all the way up here. We might as well take a piece out on Ford again if we're going to go all the way to the upside right now. But Ford has been a good trade for us on that upside, so we'll watch out for that. Again, up to 20, that's a good break. It has broken through on some of those daily levels, so breaking through 16 was good. So we hit that long. We're not long till 06, but still a nice little trade there. Meta's trying to come back in right now. So, as soon as I flipped over, there we go. Ford just crushed everything you could see at 8. Well, I don't have it. Why don't I have this marked as green there, 18s? There it is. Okay, so I must just, so there's a whole bunch of 18s on green as it crushes through. Let's see if Ford continues up. I was just going to talk briefly about Meta. Still not doing much, so I'm still relatively confident about this. If it does break through 180, though, enough is enough. That's where VWAP is. We've been holding this short for a very, very long time. And by that, I mean since 1:30, which for me is about an hour. That's pretty good. Long time for me, but I do want to try to hold this. I don't like that Doordash news. I'm glad that at least you're in it. Hopefully, if it rips up, one of us will win, but we're going to hold on to that short. And I mean, Nikola pumped to 05 there. Where did I have a sell? My sell was until 10. So, yeah, maybe Nikola's over with. What is that out? Let's just get out if it breaks 95. I mean, honestly, the news is over. It's definitely not doing anything on that. So I'll hold out for 10s, then 15s, then for 20s. So that was my outs. One here, one here, one here for all three, and then we'll go on that one. So we'll wait for 795 on Nikola.
So I went to, it's going to load up here. Thank you. Come on, go. Because you mentioned Plug Power, and I was like, what is wrong? There's a gap on these charts. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys.
Impossible.
I wanted to show you guys iClean, the ETF. Like, that actually just recently broke out. I mean, it looks like it levitated the last couple of days. I mean, that's whatever. But either way, it's breaking out on the daily. So those clean energy names, when the bill got passed, breaking out there. I think Plug is like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 or 5, somewhere in that range in terms of their holdings. But yeah, it's making a strong power move as well. There's an ETF for everything. That's the lesson there. I have to figure out that thing that you figured it out with the whole neutral color on the charts, and for some reason that's not really working for me.
I don't actually think that was the fix, but
okay. Well, I'm convinced it's not the fix. But I just got one fill on Doordash. And I feel like, I'm going to cancel one of these, hold out for a little higher, closer to that 79. The market is trending back into the upside. Not trending back to the upside. It is trending to the upside. I'm very late to the coin trade. but I was able to get some there down at like 90 quarters, take some out in front of 50s, take some out probably in the 60s to 70s, and then in the 91 area. And if it barcodes from here, maybe we'll scalp that, then look for a 91 breakout as well. It's just at the top end of the move, I want to try to keep it tight to the vest, but it is taking a pretty significant level. I think there's some chop from 90 to 92, and then likely a little bit more smooth sailing were it to get to 95. But that's asking a lot, man. This closed at $84 yesterday. I think it's a little bit of a stretch. And, I think it's a little bit of a stretch to say that it's going to go to that 95. It's only taken, like the last fill I got in Nioh was to the offer at 12.15. And now, after breaking a fresh high, like it just made a fresh high like 5 minutes ago, sorry.
Yeah.
This is how slow the move has been in Nioh, but it's about to get on the offer here. It's ridiculous how slow this move has been, but it's finally going to start to go here. Tesla as well is making a bit of a move as I'm holding on to this. I think Nioh, all it takes is like one break, and then maybe Tesla takes out 900, and it can start to go. But Tesla, 898, and I can't even get like an extra couple of cents here on the Nioh, holding it like 2095. Like, give me a break. Like, that should be going a heck of a lot more than it is. Tesla, 900. I know this is what you guys are watching right now. Dash and Coin looking good. Have to have some longs, but that Rivian short, yeah, you can guess what the one thing that isn't working. Of course, it's my Rivian short.
Man. All right, one last shot there on Meta. We just took a 90 fill, so we're short now. Our average price is 83, and you know what? I mean, this reminds me of those. It's so funny because if you've been watching us every single day this week, there's been multiple days. Like I think it was Amazon the first day, maybe Google the next day. I don't even remember what it was yesterday. Was it Roblox or something? That we were doing this, man. Just shorting into levels and taking profits on dips until eventually it rips our face off. So that's, that's been the bad part about it. I mean, the NASDAQ has continued to go up. I keep thinking that this market is overheated, but the only thing overheated, I feel like it's getting warmer in here now, Neil. I don't know if you're still feeling the cold or not.
Not anymore. I think someone must have done something.
I don't know. No,
I feel better actually, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you were a little cold. I don't know why. I think it might be colder up there, and then you came back. I don't know. Anyways, who cares who's cold or not? Let's just wait to see here what happens with it. As long as Brendan's fine, I think we're all fine. So let's wait to see here what does happen with this one. Nikola not moving. Another strong name here, Roblox. Just FYI on that one, like wow, taking out that day's high of 51 and then just rocking now. This was a level that we talked about earlier on the day that we really liked, this 51 level. It's crazy because I'm long 49 there, and that was really the only trade that I had all day, and it dropped down below, and we got out at 48.50 early on, and then we got in and out. This was actually a fine trade. Like we got, well, not really. We got in and then out right there, but this was not a big amount of shares. I was thinking negative because we weren't touching that 51, but there it is right now. I feel like, I mean, it's going to be, we're going to get stopped out on this. Maybe not on Meta. It's going to be tough for me to go long on Roblox while being short on Meta. So if and when, which is coming close, that this takes out at 180, when that does happen there, then, we'll switch our bias up a little bit. And we won't switch it, but we'll just look for different opportunities. Right now, my mind is focusing on the short. We do have, I mean, look, I'm equally winning and losing on this trade, Ford and Meta. So they're kind of like, canceling each other out on the profit side of things here. But I would much prefer that this market tank because I think Ford can hold up a little bit and Meta is not going to hold up at 180. It's just, I mean, look at these futures. I mean, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to go long. But since 2:30, which is now 25 minutes, 23 minutes, there's two red candles and they're barely red. And we did a good job there. Like getting out of Meta, that was these outs right here. So we did a pretty good job getting out, and then we just averaged back in one time, and now it looks like we're going to get taken out. Look, this is going to be a 20-cent hit. Like, it's fine.
I got to hit this one,
Yeah,
man.
go ahead, man.
Because this is what we're sort of seeing here. Like that slow grind at 13.5 on the NASDAQ. Like it's the ES too. I mean, the ES was at 42.6. Now it's starting to accelerate to the upside. That's what we're seeing here. So we are going to the upside. Two things. One, Coin did just break 21. I did take some out in front of it. Doordash as well is continuing to run to the upside. So thank you very much for that news, but it did not quite get to 79. And I now have a trailing stop on AMC. That's actually, yeah, I'm crossing up to 21, whatever. My trail is actually at 25. So on AMC, this is how close I got to being filled at the low of the day. So AMC is relatively weak, but the reason I wanted to trail on it is because of this. Bed Bath & Beyond goes to the high again. Someone in the chat's like, oh, Luka's getting squeezed. Luka got out and made his money, man, as far as I know. I don't know, man. But the high of the day, and I know he said this, and I concur with this 100%. The fact that it got back to the high after that failure is impressive. When you see that, it's just like that is super bullish. That's pretty crazy that it was able to do that. Like, you were able to buy that consolidation at like 1240 when the stock was doing the way it failed at 13.25. That's a little bit impressive. And I have to show it, because I wasn't just joking around about Veru short at the high of the day.
Oh God,
like I
not
did.
Veru
No,
again.
I hadn't. Like, this is short. Veru stopped out short. Oh yeah, it's starting to work. No, blown out, and then it's still going higher. Fahad's not even there. It doesn't matter. But like, so Fahad showed us the chart. He's like, look at the top. And the thing I pointed out, the first thing I said was, but if you simply shorted off the previous day high and you did that yesterday,
that would be a problem.
well, you got stopped out, or you had to hold it $1 against you before it worked. Like, by that logic, if you did the pattern from yesterday, you're still holding the short at the high of the day and holding out for like 1950 or something. I'm like, I'm not holding it $1 against me, where if this thing breaks, and look at the chart on this. Like, what happens if it continues to break? Like, look how long it's been in this channel where it says, like, and the channel's like $10. $10 up and down channel. Yeah, I don't want to be short the day that Veru breaks that channel. Like, I'd rather be short when it's like failing and beneath and on one of these down days where it's trending to the downside. Short at the top when this thing finally makes its run to 30, that's how you ruin your day, and then all of a sudden you're pissed off all weekend long, which I don't want any part of.
Oh, yeah. No, weekend, you want to be happy, and you'll be happy. You get to go home with the family, so that's always a good thing here.
That's true.
We filmed today. Me and Fahad went out on the streets.
Fahad
and I don't know if you guys saw us stalking the streets, but we did something funny with the F-150. We did some electric vehicle stuff. Here's my daughter, by the way. It's her birthday. Oh yeah, this is the whole, darn, I thought it was a picture of her. There she is right there. Happy birthday, Gia. And that's us celebrating. We have a big game this weekend as well. Back-to-back jacks on those trophies. There she is. What I was going to say is we have another one coming out very, very soon. There's my son as well. And there's Radar Trader when he had you on the retirement wall. That was pretty funny,
that
actually,
was
after all. And then a couple Fridays ago, we went bowling there. There's Tony. Here's Fahad. He did wear the capris that day. And he's obviously covering up his face because he is a wanted man, so we don't want to put that up on there as well. So that was a lot of fun when we had that bowling day. Check me out at Trader TV Sean for some more fun. Always posting things. Prad also on Instagram as well. He is a good follow. Okay. Ford, we just took some out. Ford, I have to do that because Randy's not here. We got some 20s there. I don't know. It's bouncing around. I'd like to see this go a little bit higher. So we did take out a quarter of the position that we had there on that 20. We've just been taking it out, right? I mean, I don't expect Ford to moon, per se, unless something really does come out. We've been up. There it goes. Breaking through 20 is nice, though. Here's Ford, what it looks like on the daily chart. It's not... I mean, that's the 200 period, 1650. We got to get to that. And then realistically, it doesn't really do too much more until we break above 18 or 19, which is right here. And what a great move back it's been for Ford. I did sell some Tesla on their earnings and got into some Ford down here. And so now better up to 16. But it's not like selling Tesla was a great idea. I mean, selling Tesla, that's all the way, what, is that breaking 900 right now? It was up to... Yeah, so, wow, okay.
Not quite, but close.
Right on the knot right now, 900 for Tesla. So, wow, I mean, the market goes up, Tesla goes up. And by the way, if you're playing along at home, we got out a lot there when Meta came back in. These are all profitable takes again. Like, look at all these shorts now, out, as it drips down, 70s, 60s. Ooh, we don't have a 57, though. That was a low. That was 58. Okay, we got to put some bids out. We're now bidding 64 on Meta. Hopefully that can come in and give us a little bit of a fill there. But that is Meta trading, not at its finest, but hopefully it can come back in. I mean, I think I can't do any better than this. Short, that's the top, that's a short, those are outs. That's a top, those are outs. Again, we're not getting out of everything. That's a top, and then those are outs. So if I knew it was going to be like this, then I would maximum get out every time and just keep reloading. But unfortunately, I just expecting a bigger move. And this is what's been happening to me every single day. We get squozed out of these shares. So I am not reloading anymore. We will wait for a downside move now in the market. And if it comes, great. If it doesn't, we'll get stopped out. But the hits, it can be much more manageable because we did get out of about a quarter of our position right there. So far, so good. Pretty happy with everything. Delta requests cutting flights partially approved. So I don't know, nothing. I don't know what that means. Delta, let's have a quick look to see if there's anything moving there. I know I'm kind of like stealing Brennan's thunder here, but I don't think this is a big move. So
I don't think that's
came in just because it just crossed and we're not really doing too much. Delta right there, nah, not too interested here on the 2 minute for Delta. So it was just something, I guess they're reducing some of their flights from New York and Washington. So not much there. Cutting request.
I ended up
FAA
not
respond.
booking Delta. I got a better rate somewhere else.
Why wouldn't you book? What about Air Canada? I thought
It was Air Canada.
Yeah. They
We
have
ended
the
up, no, but I at least search around. I'm talking about when I'm going to Dallas. Like I just find the best rate, what it's all about. Before we go to Brendo here, we're now back above 91 on Coinbase. So it looks like it is going to continue churning to the upside. The flip to the longs has kind of worked out. Some of them are slow grinds. Tesla 900 should be on our radar in any second now. Brendo?
Yeah, I did see that as well, guys. The FAA responded, said, sure, kind of, sort of. You can cut some flights. APGN, Delta, as you saw, though, not moving. APGN just popped up here on volume spike to 950 and then immediately came right back down. But the latest little one starting to go here.
All right, just found word that my brother is able to come to dinner tonight, so that's great. We have a big party happening tomorrow, and then tonight's going to be a little bit of a family dinner, and my kids want to go to Mandarin, so that should be fun. Oh man, that place is expensive too. This is going to be an expensive one for your boy here, so I need.
I was going to say,
I need Meta to sort of tank down here. It would be really nice. Not it's like it's not that expensive. I think it's like $36.
But kids love the buffet.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just, they want to go there. It's their
yeah.
birthday. So I mean, what am I going to do? I got to say yes to that.
When I was a kid, my brother and I, we used to always be like, yeah, let's go to the Mandarin when you're young.
Yeah.
But when you get older, you're like, eh.
It's okay. It's literally like
It's okay.
It's not that it's that expensive. There's going to be like 10 or 11 of us, but it's like $38 or something per person, and then you add the drinks on there. And it's like it's a buffet, so you get the everything. But normally when I go out to eat, like I don't really ever get dessert or anything, so I don't really count that.
I have like a rule about when I'm out to eat. It's like I always pick like, am I either going to have some fun beverages or am I going to have dessert? And usually I end up with like the fun beverages, unless it's like a really really nice like cheese plate or something.
All right.
I just got a reload there in Doordash, so it's back to the bottom end of the channel. So sort of rinse and repeat. Make sure my stop is still in there, and then look. The market is continuing to those highs. I sort of feel like it doesn't make a ton of sense. It doesn't mean it has to be true that we don't at least end up above VWAP, if not testing that high of the day. But right now, when you trade that flash news, sometimes it does, in fact, go all the way back. Like, it wouldn't be the first time where you get a breakout, the algos buy it up, and there's not enough sustained buying. It was trending down, not just today, but in the middle of the day, I saw Prad was short Doordash. And I was like, why is Prad short Doordash? And then I pulled back and looked at yesterday. I was like, wow, look at the trend to the downside, and then just watch it fall at the open, and then try to get back above the closing price and reject. And then he starts playing the short. I'm like, that's a great short. Great, absolutely fantastic. So maybe it just wants to go back to what it was doing after that news. I kind of felt like that would be the other direction with the strong market. I could be wrong, and then that short is just still right. And if it's that weak, after this, that would be a bit of surprising, but you can't fight it forever. You always have to have a stop. I got mine in Doordash. Checking back on Rivian here, the only thing that is not working currently. I just reloaded into this. I want to see it drop back in. The market's got to go. If the market gives it up, Rivian is relatively weak. It failed to break earlier today. It's below VWAP. It's been holding that resistance at 39.20, and I've been shorting every time it gets around this 39 area. So if we do get a flush, this is going to be the one for me. To that downside, I'm kind of thinking Tesla might have made that run into 900, and 98.5 might just be it. So if that's it, I will have missed out on that Tesla 99.50 or 99.90 short that I always think is a lot of fun. But then it never. What's funny? When it's really good, that short, it's when it doesn't go all the way to up to like 900.
Yeah, you want to get it first.
It's like if the first time, if it falls shy and you risk $2 at 98, I feel like it's often that's just a better trade, and I never have that one. I end up having the one where you're only risking like 50 cents to $1 plus slippage, and then it just runs you over. But you feel good because you didn't lose as much, but sometimes you have to take that a little bit farther away from that level. In fact, that's just the way that it goes sometimes. AMC, by the way, if you were watching that one, as the market heads to the highs, There's AMC. Case closed for that one. I am now out of AMC. For the record, still down because all longs in the morning, one short, and then I went right back to going long in front of VWAP, took the hit, and then reversed into the short. I mean, if you just patiently waited for AMC to open up and said, I'm not going to do anything at the open, saw the wick top, it probably would have indicated a short. And then if you're short biased at that point, you're looking for reloads at 26 even. So I was way too many longs on AMC today. So it may end with a good trade, but it started absolutely horribly for me. And it's about to get better for all of us as we go to the desk with Stephanie.
Hi everybody, I'm back again with another update on ES futures. So again, we're looking at the 5-minute chart. However, before I talk about what's going on here, I do quickly want to mention, in case you're comparing ES and NQ, on the hourly, if you look at both of their charts side by side, you'll notice that NQ's prior high was 13,574, and we have not made a higher high. However, on ES, in comparison to yesterday's high, we've officially created a higher high. So that's something to note between the two markets if you are comparing them. So of course, here we go. We are steadily grinding to the upside, and the last level that I did mention that I had, which is over here, which was 42.69 as my last extension for steam for the markets to head to the upside. We're in kind of an interesting territory because the larger levels, which it seems like we're going to be setting up for on Monday, which again, I will be having my eye on these levels to continue to fade this move, is 20 points between 42.70 up until 90 for that supply overhead zone that we have here, and as well as that key psychological level of 4,300. Personally, one thing when I do my trades, if I'm not in scalp mode, is whenever there's a slow and steady grind and price is hesitating, and of course in hindsight, you look back and say, hey, from the morning, if I would have just taken this long off of one of these key levels, I would have been good to go. It's tougher to maneuver when price is pausing and there's slow and steady moves to the upside. So for me, I find it challenging taking pullbacks for a trend continuation. I would rather look to see where steam is going to run out when it comes to just price action and fade that move. However, of course, that's not been working out, and we've continued to push to the upside. So I will be paying attention for Monday. Hopefully this will be a good setup for a fade of the move, a mean reversion type of trade as well too. But let's see where we end off in the day and if there's the potential for us to just completely reverse, because once again, we never know what's going to happen within that last even 10 minutes of the day until market close. That's all from me, guys, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And it's actually the perfect time to say this. If you haven't hit the like right now for this show, I don't even understand it. Like, Stephanie coming in here, giving you those levels. This market is absolutely booming. Like, if you're not happy about the market getting to highs of the day, seeing the squeeze stocks go, with the exception of AMC, I know Bed Bath & Beyond is pretty strong. Also getting fantastic advice from Stephanie, who is going to be doing a heck of a lot more on this program in the coming days and weeks, to be sure. Then I don't know what else to say, man. And on top of that, I actually had something ready for today. Again, on Friday, I was like, okay, I'll have something prepared. If we get to 1,500 likes, then I'll drop a few bars for you guys. And we can't even get to 1,000.
We're getting there.
It's a little bit disappointing. It is what it is, but we'll try to have a little bit of fun. And as I say that, like, the market just continues to churn higher. We're on a collision course for a 2% day. It didn't feel like it for most of the afternoon. It was a slow grind. Now it's just accelerating. Like, I'm just sitting here staring at this like one short that I have on Rivi, and it's like, why am I in it? I just got some more shares on the reload of Doordash. Was able to take some there at 77.60. Out some in front of 78. We'll play for the high. And then Coinbase, which rightfully you guys were pointing out. Coinbase is ripping, everybody said. Okay, well, off of 90, it's up at 91.5. I think we could hit 10% on Coinbase today. 10% will be at 92.5, so that's where my target is going to be. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have an offer out there. We just hit power hour as well, so we're on one at this point. I think this is a strong end of the week for the market, and possibly because almost everybody I know, myself included, was thinking this was going to be a pullback day. Like, you just looked at the way that the market was at the end of the day yesterday, and I was favoring a pullback. I was thinking we would have one of those sell-off type of days. It has not happened. Here's Tesla again trying to test the top. I'll go to NVIDIA. These are the chips continuing to break out. I got away from that long, and look at it. They're just churning to the upside. 4% now on something like an NVIDIA. So the market is pretty strong. If you got some longs, you got to hold on to them at this point and try to ride it at least into, or at least closer to those imbalances they come out on a Friday. Even if you look at Apple, right? Like, oh, load up. Come on. Now I try to pull Apple up. Now look at the chart. Look, loading, loading. Right at the high of the day at that 172. Apple takes this out. I mean, this 172 level, it's right there. Like 94 is the current high of the day. It's trying to make its break of the high. There's so much going here, and that 170 on the, you sort of look at this. Like when that cleared 170, that was probably the sign to just stay long on Apple. And when it's stay long on Apple, it's stay long the market in general, most of the time. I mean, it's not always true, but it's certainly true most of the time. And there's not a more bullish chart on a big cap name that you think you're going to find in the last few months than on Apple, which again, I'm missing like multiple days in the last couple of weeks there, but the trend is pretty clear.
All right, we got back into Meta there. I'm going to talk. What's up, Tilex? Sorry about ignoring CGC and everything there. I just got more Meta there as we almost got stopped out. Oh man, this is going to just drive me crazy. Someone said there's like a love-hate relationship with Meta. Like if you have that as well, yeah, so do I. And normally I don't. Normally I just love the stock, but today, as this market just keeps on creeping higher, Meta's like teasing us because it's staying under VWAP right now. It tried to go a little bit there. Obviously that's a 180.10. We went short again on the break back down in, but now it just went back up again as the futures just rocket. Thanks for hitting the like button, everybody, by the way. Keep doing that. We want to get some more likes into that. Okay, so CGC, here we go. Now's your time, Tilex. You've only put that in the chat a bunch of times. So let's go over to CGC real quick. It is falling off. Obviously, there's the barcode happening. And I don't know if you want to talk about more short-term or long-term here, but my opinion on some of these marijuana stocks, they've really lit my account on fire. But I would just say, honestly, until there's some sort of legislation that's been passed on a more aggressive stand, like gets to the actual desk, then I'm not sure federally. That's the shoe that, there we go, now we're out of Meta. So that's the shoe that eventually drops. It's not, we got out of Meta there, but it's not a big hit. It just sucks because it is starting to take out the top, and normally we like to go Meta longs, and we just waded into that short. I still have a little piece here. We'll get out, we'll hold on to a little bit in case that was just a wick off top. But back to CGC quickly. Yeah, so I was just looking at this and saying, like, we've had a big run up on CGC, so for me, I think you're doing the right thing by probably taking something off. I mean, there's the move on this name, and again, I don't know why we're missing dates on here again, but we are, so we'll have to wait to see there. But that's what's like, as if Nikola, like the market rips up and then Nikola goes down. Oh my God! All right, so it's off the bottom of $2. So for me, you're at the 50 period right now. It might not be exactly accurate because I am missing some data in here, but I feel like if you get to 4, you're doing really good on this name. So CGC, I think getting to 4 makes a lot of sense. And if you do that, then I would definitely be pairing some off. This is a name that you obviously want to play if and when the market gets going again. So there's some big time days for that. And if you want to get into something, I do like Tilray as well. That's already at that $4. This seems to be a little more aggressive than CGC. They both have tons of properties. CGC has acreage. Tilray bought Afria as well. But again, $3 up to 4. Trying to break above this sort of that same level here, 4-5 coming. So Tilray to 5, I think, is a good out, and CGC to 4, I think, is a good out. And then you also asked about Chicken Soup for the Soul. I don't know anything about this. So I thought it was like a book or something. But I don't know much about this name. That's a nice little move to the upside. Didn't they just have a deal with somebody or something? I remember they bought somebody or did something there.
It was Redbox.
Oh, Redbox. That's what it was. So I don't know. For this name, this is pretty easy for me. I mean, a lot of consolidation back when the market was at its highs back in December between 14 and 15. So for me, on this name, I feel like you've topped out a bit there at $15 or $16. So yeah, see, now my chart's starting to load up. Like, what's up with that? So there it goes all the way up to 18. But I think that was a blessing there on that deal. So I would look to get somewhere around here, 15 or 16, as a good out from 12. So if you can get that, that's great. Ignore these moves up to 19. I mean, mean, if that happens again, it's obviously been squeezed. So you can see a high volume day happening there with Redbox. So if you're stuck at the highs, I don't really know what to tell you, but I do think that back into 15 makes a lot of sense for this name.
Yeah, that's a great look there. And I think, don't be afraid to ask questions multiple times. I actually apologize. I realized that someone was saying that a few times, and you get sidetracked in CGC.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you answered that question, because we try to do our best to make sure we're answering the questions that you guys want to talk about there. I do have one short as the market again screams to those highs. Rivian just got back down in a little bit, so it's continuing to roll over. I feel like this is the only thing I like to the short right now. It gives me a little bit of play. If Tesla fails at 900, I think this will be okay for Rivian to also fall as well, without me having to stand in front of Tesla, which is probably a moving freight train at this point. I don't think I can't bring myself to add along in some of the big cap names. That's the trouble. A Tesla 900 break does possibly stand out. I look at NVIDIA as well. It's like that 187 on NVIDIA is a pretty solid level. We got up to there, wick high, rejection. It's really tempting to just have this 187 break on NVIDIA here going up in the top. If I got to pick something, it's like, how did you get away from the long? And then I want to go long at the high of the day, up 4%. NVIDIA 187, there's room to go. Like, remember when NVIDIA came out and everyone thought they just tanked the chip market when they came out pre-market with that revision? It's like, okay, we're essentially one breakout from getting right back into that same channel, like the same level we're sitting in at 187 up to 192, top end of the range. We're about to get there in about 30, 40 cents or so. It's going to be hard not to take that break, but I'm not going to give it too much room. I'm going to have it because it feels almost like if we're going to go higher and run into 2% and maybe have like a 2.5% type day, then how is it not NVIDIA and some of the chips taking out those highs? How is it not Tesla also doing so? So I'd rather put it in NVIDIA here, which has been a strong trend, which I did like this morning, and I'm going to like at 187.
All right, we're just looking there because we got hit on that meta. I was looking, we're still up on the week, so update on that. I was debating going short again on Meta, but I think we got to find better names. As someone said a funny name here, that my Meta chart looks like a row of purple flowers. Yeah, I agree, man. That's exactly what it looks like until one bloomed a little bit too high there. And we got taken out, at 180 flat, 180.10 when that broke out. Now we're holding a little bit to see if we do take out that high of 25. Maybe or maybe not. That comes through. Yo, True Trading Group is back right now. Gifted 50. Yeah, buddy. 50 free memberships right now available. Go on there. Thank you, True Trading Group. You've been here before. Thank you, my man, for that one. Put some stocks in there. If there's anything you want us to talk about, there's another 50 pack right there for free memberships. Thank you so much, man. 50 times 5, that's a $250 super chat that's going out to everybody. Look at everybody taking it out. So there it is again. Yes, thank you so much. We'll go siren alerts. Anybody out there wants a free membership? Look at everybody grabbing these. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Everybody talking about that. So thank you for True Trading right there. That's a big one, guys. Thank you for all those memberships. 50 free ones. Great, great super chat. I guess our friends over there at True Trading Group having a great day,
yeah,
and that's what it's all about. So there it is, man. 50 free memberships. Go run and grab those, baby. That would be awesome. Thank you so much for that, guys. One more time, DraftKings is having an awesome day as well. Up 10%. Maybe these guys are long DraftKings. Watch out for that top, though, 2070. It's now below the... This actually might be a short. It's now below... it's there. It's not below VWAP, but it's below the 50 period and kind of barcoding. But if you like that, maybe a short into 2070. But thank you so much, man. That is great. Mr. Englewood. There you go. I give you a shout out to you as well. I saw you said watching there for 24 months or something.
Did you say Englewood?
You did. Englewood, wasn't it?
You know what? Oh, I got
Long
it. I got
Beach,
it.
Englewood.
No. You just, when you said Englewood, I know what it's going to be. It's just, that's a hint. You get to 1500 and it's going to be something from the West Coast at 4 o'clock. That's what you guys are going to get. You made me think about Englewood. Oh, I know what it's going to be.
All right. So, Neil, how many do we have now anyway?
You know what's up.
Look, you guys got to hit the like button right now. I mean, Neil's going to go... oh, it was only 1.5. No, we probably got to get to 2K. Let's get to 2K, and then, well, it's up to Neil, but I think 2K is a better goal to that. I mean, we just got 50 free memberships going on there. If
That's
you got
big,
a membership, man, hit the like button there, and then Neil's gonna bust out some kind of rhyme from the West Coast.
And if you, I said this every single time someone does this, but if you want to get those memberships, I'm pretty sure when you open the stream on YouTube the first time,
to do it,
it's like you see in the chat, it's like accept memberships or accept gifts. And you have to click that at the very beginning, and I think you can then enable the memberships. Now, obviously, I've never actually done it myself, but I'm pretty sure that's the way that it works. Someone in the chat was just talking about Peloton. how have I missed Peloton today? Peloton's up 15%. Aren't they getting sued? Like the news was that they're getting sued.
No, the news, they closing their stores or something.
Well, there's, like
cost savings.
Okay, so there's, okay, fine. But now it's squozed to like 15% and broke through yesterday's top. So stock goes 12 to 1350, back to 12 to then break out to go to 1350. If it gets below this hump and rejects, okay, fine. Like below that price, I think there's a short. Someone said, is it time to short Peloton? That was the question. I think if it gets back below this level, you can play it to that high. Just because it's gone so far, it's hard to structure a long trade on something like this, obviously. However, you are breaking out in, like, look at the daily chart as well on Peloton. You're breaking out here. Some of these beat up names, they're just going right now because people have been leaning on it to the short side, and then the second it gets above that 15 starts trending up, they're just like, gotta cover, gotta get paid. Like hedge funds and they're like they short it and they just hold on to the short, hold it. Like they're not giving it up very heavily. They're like, no, they wait for it to make a low and break trend. Think of the way you do, think of the way we trade momentum, where like you're short from the top, you want a trend break to get out. You're just holding that bad boy. You're not sitting there layering out. No, they're only starting to cover when it looks like that. So that's a squeeze. Coinbase is also squeezing here with a very similar chart, although I think it's starting to slow down here. It's having some trouble getting through 92. I got the offer up at 92.5. If we reject 92, I'll just take it out there. It is 320. I think there's time for it to get to 92.5. We want to let that one ride. We want to let Doordash ride a little bit, but it is also slowing down at $78. Dash can't seem to get past this 78 level again. So yeah, the dip is okay down here at 77.50, but a set of lower highs. I always find that once the news is passed, and if it starts to slow down this much, you better just take it out because this stock was weak for 2 days in a row, and it doesn't seem to want to have that juice to go to the upside. I'll hold on to a piece, but we're going to have to pay ourselves for a more shallow win here on Doordash. I'm
wondering about short on Alibaba. I mean, we almost got some more out on Ford there. We didn't, though, at 19. Okay, because Alibaba, I'm going to do this. I mean, it is negative. We do have the high there on Alibaba, and we went short earlier. Are we negative? Yeah, we're slightly negative on this name today after some of these shorts and getting taken out the last one there. Yeah, I mean, this high is 94.60. You're bouncing around the 50 period. I don't hate this short. Let's take some. Let's just punch that 36 there. Wipe out that level there at 36 and see what happens. So pushing the short a little bit here on Alibaba. Again, a negative name. I don't know, delisting is bullish? Yeah, maybe. Shout out to, again, thank you for all those memberships. I'm seeing tons of people here coming in. I have no idea. People asking how do you accept those memberships on mobile? I don't know. To me, there's an answer to that. It's called Google. Just see if someone tells you how to do that on the intraweb there. But okay, and thank you. Someone else made a nice comment there about how he's been watching for 7 or 8 months and just really loves the feed and just loves all the hosts and everything. So thank you so much for that one. And unfortunately today we lose one of our hosts just to trading in the back a little bit, Luca. And he was just sort of doing that on his own. So we want to give a big shout out to Luca for that one. Not going anywhere, taking a vacation, taking some time off, which gives us an opportunity to do some fresh blood. So there's going to be 3 or 4 different hosts coming through on the midday show with Trader Pratt. So
who might they be? We'll find out.
I don't know. We'll find out.
But Lucas
you
stepped
could
up.
Definitely guess a couple of them.
Yes, you probably can. But Lucas stepped up for us, man.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I've already told Luca,
yeah, he stepped up.
Thank you so much.
And we love him. We call him like the kid because we're older, but like he's a great kid, man. And I know you guys absolutely love him.
I don't know how old that guy is.
I actually don't either, but I mean,
I'm gonna guess 28.
He's damn sure younger than I am, so I can.
What would your guess be? I'm going at 28.
Yeah, that feels.
And I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, because I think a couple of years older than Frad, maybe. That's
couple years older. A couple years younger than me.
A couple? Only a couple?
Is that a new hoodie over there? Yes. Who's that for? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Let me show it to everybody. Yeah, I don't know who's it's for. Let me just see. Here we go. Someone, we got a nice little hoodie coming through here.
Weren't you supposed to order one for Prad? Like a year ago?
Prad has one though, doesn't he?
Didn't he always complain for the last year? Prad.
I don't think he wants a white one there. It's large. It's a large. Okay, there it is.
On the back, I'd rather be trading. So there you go. You guys can grab this. I'd rather be trading with a Trader TV Live logo. I like the black one better, but there it is right there, white, just because it gets, I don't know, Mark, you want it? There you go. I don't know who's that's for. I was going to say maybe Fahad, but we got him. We got all those guys one. Fahad and Luca only wear black. We need 2 of these. So Lucas,
Right, that's what I was going to say.
They only wear black. Every single day, those two guys are dressed in black.
I mean, I have a white one at home, but I don't. All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, well, Mark, if I don't know if a large fits Mark or not. He can
you need golf shirts, man.
I know, we do need that. Great work, Nioh. Thank you so much. Beat Fanatic. Yeah, I remember this guy from a while ago. Thanks, Beat Fanatic, right there again. Great work, Neil Sean Brendo, Bears vs. Bulls. Is that another? That's not another 50. No, that's probably the same 50. I don't know. Bears vs. Bulls, if you could keep track, because I want to shout out Trading Group here if he drops more. I think it stays. It looks like it's almost empty, is what I think that's saying. I just didn't know if it was a reload there. I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much, Brendo, Sean, Neil, everybody. Thank you so much again to that one, and thanks for all the support that everyone continues to get us here. So, all right, so we are short Alibaba. I want to do it against this 94.70. So let's see if it works out the rest of the day here. I may take a break of 94.20 to add to this position on a move down, but the move down has to happen first. What's up, Brendan?
Shout out to MindMed, guys. MNMD, former guest, frequent guest on this show, but just popping up here at day highs. They reported earnings this morning in the pre-market. Talked about multiple new directors, board members. So positive day here, ending on a high note for MindMed.
Not moving.
MindMed.
We were just discussing how that chat thing works to see about how that works with the money up there, whether or not it's disappearing or not. We've got to figure it out. So, all right, thank you so much again. We're going to watch out for Alibaba there. MindMed, MNMD. I know that one because that's lit my money on fire as well. Yikes, man. This is 73 cents. Jeez. I remember on uplist day, and it was around here. Oops, I just saw it there. It was a crazy move when they uplisted to the NASDAQ. I feel like it might have been in here, October, November. And then, you know, guess what day they uplisted? I mean, November 8th or 9th or something like that, because since that day, it basically has been lighting money on fire all the way to the downside here, including 56 cents. Like, wow. I do believe in psychedelics and the fact that they are going to be a purpose for these at some point. Obviously the market's not ready for it yet, and MindMed, I don't know if they were initially looking to be bought out or whatever, but this has been a little bit of a disaster here. Unless this was the uplist day because it changed over our symbol there, so it could have got uplisted, I guess, in April, but I feel like it was later than that. So anyways, MindMed, wow, 70 cents, not great. But like I said, I do think, look, if you're like, you have some like YOLO money or something like that, not as in a lot of money, but you know, 73 cents down here, I feel like if there is something in the psychedelics, just like some of these marijuana stocks, when they get so low, you kind of buy them just because there is hope that one day either they get bought out or something comes through. So MindMed, there are a couple other ETFs out there as well that MindMed are in that might be a little safer than the stock itself, but there are a couple more names in the psychedelic space. So look them up, but MindMed, wow, not doing much volume, 4 million shares and below $1.
Yeah, but I mean, on the daily, I think it was like 80 cents or so. Like it looked like a pretty good breakout candidate at 80, so it's worth monitoring.
And Aaron Rodgers was doing psychedelics the last 2 years, and he won back-to-back MVPs.
Is that he for really was?
Yeah, he's come out and said it every summer. Okay. He does. I don't know what it's. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because I don't know how to pronounce it.
He's not winning the MVP this year.
I don't know. If he does, that's insulting to the rest of the league, in my opinion. Like,
it's not happening.
A 38-year-old is winning back-to-back MVPs. Okay, it was. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hold on a second. Psychedelic. Just take it over. I'll look it up.
So I new position here. Just got into Peloton. I broke down that support level. I kind of wanted. You could have sat in the short, but I wanted to see it do this first. Like the market made a bit of a high. I wanted to see a little bit of a rejection to be able to get in, just to join a party instead of start it. A heck of a lot easier to do that. And you know what it's like on the dance floor? It's like, yeah, let somebody else go out there and like break the ice, and then you can join, and then you don't act like a fool. Although, you know, sometimes it is good to get out there first and get the party started. But someone else did that on Peloton just now, and it's trending back in. Falling back in a little bit. I just joined. We'll give it to the high. We'll play to these 13 quarters. It's only 3:30, so there is plenty of time for this to still maybe come back in. The market just got to another fresh high there. And so we get right to these tops. NQ, I mean, the ES broke through already, but the NQ getting right to these tops and trying to put in a bit of a slowdown there. So it's been straight green. Like the 60-minute chart, I mean, it's just been straight green to the upside on the NASDAQ. So trying to buck the trend on anything, make sure you have yourself an out. Otherwise, it's going to get into a little bit of trouble here. Coin is continuing to run, man. Like the squeeze, the squoze, it's through 92. I had a 92.5 target for myself anyways. Is going back over to that higher time frame. Over to that 15-minute here. You can kind of see all the chop that we had in that range. If it gets to 95, I think that's impressive. It just feels like it's gone too far. This is 10%, pretty much on the nose when it gets to 92.5. The same way sometimes when it goes 10% down, you catch a bounce. I'm thinking the same thing can happen. I'm kind of feeling like we're going to slow a little bit here. And Coin's been a good runner. We joined it way too late. But that's a shout out to you guys. People were spamming that Coin's really strong, and it gave us a long opportunity.
Yeah, it's this. Everyone's already talked about it because it's a major story, but it's this. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Hauska. Oh.
How the ass do you know that, bro?
Brendan knows no problem about what this is. Go over to Brendan. He knows how to pronounce it. What was that, Brendo?
Ayahuasca.
Oh, ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah.
Ayahuasca.
But how do you know that, Brendan?
Ayahuasca.
Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Okay. The last time we talked about Joe Rogan, our poor friend Justin got banned from the stream. So let's not talk about Joe Rogan podcast anymore. But hey, look, to each their own, right? I mean, obviously alternative medicine, there's a lot of people out there that believe in it. And there's been a lot of studies that have proven otherwise, that they're just as well as prescribed medicine. So we'll wait to see, but your opinion, everyone's opinion is their own. We're not going to be talking too much about medical diagnosis or how to treat anything. But there is some notes here that, and I understand it's for focus and everything like that, and some people are talking about using it for trading. I mean, I think any edge that you get at any time is right. I would think it would have to be a legal, not illegal edge. So
yes.
Whatever makes you the best trader, do it. But that this is not trading advice, okay? So
not at all.
All right, so Alibaba, someone asked me about how hard do I believe in this? Not very. I don't really believe in the longs, so I try to find a short here, but the longs have been right, not wrong. So, I mean, it's just been an amazing afternoon where the market just kept on ticking upside here. So I tried to find a name that is negative on news today about delist, not just about delisting, but Alibaba's been getting hit for the last little while. There's different Chinese regulations coming out. We don't know what's going to happen with Ant as well, but there were some Chinese names that got delisted overnight on purpose. State-owned oil, and there was one other one as well. I think they're both energy plays, but delisted. So I don't think that's ever going to happen to Alibaba. Their accounting is Price Waterhouse. They have a U.S. accounting. So I feel like that's fine, but I want to be short into this 970. And I'm going to take one more average in. It just has to get around to the 60 or so level. Let's take another one at 50. And then we'll have about an average position for us on Alibaba. If it can fall down to like 94, man, I mean, we'll just take the 40, 50 cents on that and call it a day. But I do like Alibaba. I'm just trying to find a short in the market, and I want to get something that's relatively weak.
I'm going to hit this one because I'm going to the baseball game today, so I might as well do some hot dogs. Not that I'm sure I'm going to be eating those because I'd like to eat something better, hopefully, but I'm all out of Coinbase now.
What is the best food to eat there?
The problem, is
there like a good sandwich anywhere?
Here, the biggest problem with going to a baseball game in Toronto is there is no great food. If you've ever been to a ballpark anywhere in the States, like the cool thing is like there's something cool about like you go to like Cincinnati, there's like good barbecue or something, and you go to like Philly, they got the cheesesteak, right? Yeah. Like there's always something great at an American ballpark that's really special for that city or that they do really well. In Toronto, they don't have anything inside. It's just all generic food. You get chicken,
like beaver tails,
chicken fingers, you can get pizza, you can get a hot dog. And that is pretty much it. And yeah, I'm calling you out, Rogers. You can do better than that.
Of course.
I'm entitled to say that. Like, I go to a lot of games, man. It's really disappointing.
You didn't say anything outlandish there. You just say there's nothing that great food-wise.
And I'm a huge baseball fan. I love the experience of going there, outdoor stadium, and going anywhere, any of the ballparks in the States. They're all amazing. Like Wrigley's great. Go get a pretzel. It's fantastic. You get that good feeling and eat some good food, have fun with your friends. That's the one thing that was missing in Toronto. It's like a big concrete thing with bad food and a team that's not really hitting right now. Now I'm just ranting. See,
I feel like it's not bad food. I mean, they've got good food. There's nothing famous. Like, there's just nothing that stands out.
Nobody's trying to pay $20 for chicken fingers, man. Right?
Wow, that's baseball, unfortunately.
Like, that's the thing. Like,
that's all sports.
Like, I'll overpay for a beer at a game, but like for some chicken fingers, man. I've never been to St. Louis for a game. Cardinals fans apparently are like really hardcore, and I love like rabid fans.
What's up with Juan Soto, man? I mean, the Padres are really starting to like fall. I know, man, that's what I'm saying. They're a great team. Not playing. They're not even in the playoffs right now, I don't think, or they're battling for that wild card spot. Amazing because we have a couple games coming up with Baltimore. Shout out to anyone in Baltimore. I hope you don't beat us because that would be pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, there's a team playing well.
They can somehow make it on when our payroll is 4 times.
Yo,
theirs.
Baltimore was literally rebuilding.
No, they're the last.
They're
we
rebuilding.
talked about that stat, yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here, Toronto? Like, we can't win when we're supposed to be going all in.
We're not making any deals, man, to improve our team.
Oh, that's right. We didn't go all in because we didn't pick up anybody now you just got me in one of those moods, man. Yeah, that being said, the market, it's like I get into a short and get out of a long, and the market's just creeping right back toward the high. So there's that right now. So we'll see what happens with Peloton here. I got the Rivian short. Dash has run out of steam. Nioh's run out of steam. And Tesla's run out of steam. I shouldn't say that. No, Tesla's right back up at 899 is the high of the day. You know what? I'm not taking short in front of 900. Because if Tesla fails here, Rivian will be fine, and then Peloton will be fine, and Tesla seems like it really does want to break. The actual shorts, like you have to get it the first time. When it goes up, rejects like 898, that pullback might be the best trade you could get off 900. It pulled back like $3 or so. Now it's slowly grinding to the high. If you're sitting in this short, it is basically just teasing you and just making you sit in it like, yeah, but it hasn't broken my resistance level, and you're just sitting. Meanwhile, it almost feels like it's inevitable that you're going to get that break at 900 at this point. I'm not taking the short, not here. I got a couple on. We'll see if they can work.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking and trying to find something. I was thinking about AMC. I mean, go over to something that is actually doing some kind of volume right now. I mean, it's not that it's doing volume, but at least there's a nice move off 24 right now, back up to 24.50. Good move off that bottom. It definitely was coiling up there for that break. If I had noticed, I just wish I would have noticed this because, coiling up at a key level of 24 is definitely a long that I would have had there. So now you think about it coming up to 25, and I won't want to short this thing unless it rips through 225. I mean, that's where I really think the short is coming through. So I'm going to wait for this, and I. You know, it's not that I think if anybody's long and I stand there and go short at 24.90, I think you've done really well getting this all the way up to 24.90 right now. So that's going to be a trade that I'm going to look at on this day, which I'm going to consider a pretty slow day. Although if people are long, they're going to disagree with me because the market's just been ticking upside all day. It's just. I mean, it's been trending here in the afternoon, and it's kind of crazy that the only long I have is Ford, and that's kind of come back in. I have Ford and Plug, and just an update on that Ford trade here as we continue to talk about other things. But we just got some out on that 15 break, so it broke a little bit through 15. We took another piece out. We now only have...
I feel like I missed the Plug news.
25% or so?
Was I not sitting here?
On that? There was something was passed, a bill or something there. I saw.
Was the clean energy?
Yeah, was it the clean energy or was signed or something today? Brendan might be able to find something up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But they're still voting. So they're still voting. So it just there was a lot of spikes there, a couple green spikes here on the volume, and something came across about it. So I was like, yeah, this makes sense. Let's just go long, and then it worked out. So that's where the Plug Power long came from. And then, all right. I mean, there's Alibaba. As the market continues to tick higher, it looks like we'll lose one last time here on another short. I only laugh because it's just like, it's so easy to go long. It's just like up 2%. I just heading into the weekend. It's one of those things where I just haven't believed in it. We haven't lost a lot of money short, that's for sure, but we're still giving back. Like I said, you can look at days on a weekly, monthly, daily basis, but to me today has been a tough day, even to find longs and be able to hold on to them. We had Roblox long, wasn't able to hold on to that one. I thought, we're up on Softy today, but that's all the shorts. And look at this thing just take off. Wow. To punch Microsoft long at 290, you would have punched it there, and then it went all the way back. I guess it didn't go that far back down in. Yeah, I guess Microsoft could have been held for sure. But look how choppy this is. You really had to change your mind at about 1 or 2 p.m. and just say the longs are in. And if you'd done that, then, you'd be holding all of these. It's too bad that I just went with the short because my idea is to hold these things until the moon. And today, definitely. Look at Microsoft, up 1.5%.
What a day.
292 it's going to probably print at the end.
Look, we started with that short, and it just should have been, you know what's sad? I'll show you my chart in a second, but I wanted to answer a question here. My chart's actually, I think, worse because I reversed long and didn't hold it on Microsoft. But Tilex, 411. Sean, you did go over chicken soup for the soul. If you did miss it, I know you went over the chart there because I understand Redbox. If you own Redbox shares, either you already are getting them, you're already getting CSSE, or it'll happen in the next couple of days or so, I suppose. But yeah, strong name, man. If you look at it, yeah, it made the parabolic move, but still rounding out at the bottom on a beaten up name. And there's so many charts like this now breaking and holding above, even on a pullback, that 200 period. So if it goes sideways from here, if you're getting shares that you're like, well, I didn't really want this company, well, then you slap a $10 stop or the 50 period on it and just let it ride. I mean, I think I did something like that similarly with the Score and Penn. It's like I didn't really, like I had some Score shares just sort of like as one of those gambling plays, and it did pretty well. It's a Canadian company, and they got bought by Penn. I'm like, I don't really want to own Penn, but I'll just hold it anyways. And that ended up being a bad decision. I should have just sold it like the exact moment. But if you do like the stock, or you don't love it but you want to give it a ride, just give it a stop at maybe $10. Or something at that one of those 50 periods or the 200 period. It is a relatively decent looking chart, but it has gone parabolic and come back in. I keep staring at Tesla thinking it's about to break 900, and it just gets a little bit closer and then rejects. So it was $899, now it's $899.50. But there's some size that just got cleared out in the bid. Someone just took 20,000 shares or so at $899 on the bid. So they were just sitting there for 20,000 at $899, like, yeah, I'll take that, Phil. And so that could be somebody, who knows? Like that could be somebody that's, maybe covering a short. I think they're probably just going into a long position, or it could be some kind of a hedge. But there's still lots of buyers up here on Tesla. Stupid strong that stock is. And these shorts of mine, which looked like they were okay, the only good thing about Rivian is this Tesla's breaking the high. It's not really threatening stopping me out. We're also 20 minutes away from the close. Gonna have to give up the ghost on this. If it's only gonna be flat to a couple of pennies, then so be it. This is now not moving anymore.
Yeah, I was just reviewing some of these trades as well as we get something out on Ford there at 15s. Yes, we did. That went purple because I had an offer up here. That's not going to hit, doesn't look like. So we'll cancel all that. Our next out hopefully is going to be around 18 or so on that. And then if we go back to the high, that would be nice, but not nice yet. Alibaba is going to get taken out here very, very soon on a breakthrough 60. We tried that one. Doesn't want to go up or doesn't want to go down, unfortunately, for Alibaba. But again, not like a big risking spot here or anything. Breakthrough 60 will get out. Delisting, not delisting is positive news, but it seems to be working here for Alibaba. I don't know, where's my out? Should be out right now in a minute. So breaking through 60 will be out of that one. We did go back into a short on Meta, and it's just because we had numerous wicks here all the way up to 50, like boom, 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 and now it's starting to go downside. So hopefully this one will print off a little bit for us. If we can get this back down to like 10s or 20s, something like that, then we'll be able to hold, not 20, sorry, 180 and 180.10. We will take some out. So here it comes. Come on, Meta. Maybe that can make a move to the downside now for us. And wow, a whopping 10 cents in the money now on Meta. So let's see if that one wants to continue to work to the downside. Hopefully it does. And we'll be able to capture a little bit more profit on this name because we did give it back short. Well, not give it back, but all these shorts and eventually a break higher, and we lost on this idea in general there. So let's wait to see. Here comes Meta back in right now. We were just waiting at 10. We didn't get that fill. We'll see if we can take a quick 16 cents and then get some more out at 180. And then maybe if the market flushes, we'll have something. I don't know if we have any update. Let me check our, there it is. Yeah, Brendan gave that to us. 450 to sell right now. Baba just came out as well. So unfortunately, that name does take out those highs. And we're going to get out of Alibaba and just wait to see how long it's going to take us to get stopped out on Meta.
What I love in the chat, it's like someone just put in there, we did not come all this way to not take out 900. And that's what I love about that is it just means like one of Luca's phrases is going to live on forever.
Yes.
Because I feel like I'll be saying that.
That's a good one.
I'll be saying that like sometimes these prices are gravity. It's not just that it's an option price and it's Friday. It's not really about that. But like you get to a key price like this and there's going to be a ton of stops there. There's going to be a ton of people wanting to take profit. It's like you usually you get to the price when this happens. That's why I've been glued to that 900 level. We'll see if it does in fact happen. We have less than 10 minutes now to the imbalances there. Apparently only 100 likes left, and then you guys get to hear something from the West Coast. I won't tell you what, but it's probably obvious at this point after the Inglewood hit and how old I am. You can pretty much guess it because it won't be certain West Coast artists. Oh, I just typed in Meagle because this, you know when you see something and you mean to type a different symbol, and then I was looking at it and I saw MEGL in the chat, and without even thinking about it, I typed MEGL when I was gonna call up my Microsoft chart to show you the dumb trade I made on Microsoft. But I look at it, and Meagle just dropped further. So Meagle's down at $8. That's not what I meant to show you guys. I was meaning to go over to Microsoft. Microsoft this morning, it was all about, zoomed out too far, it was all about shorting off of that 89 repeatedly, and then I flipped to the long. And then the second it goes back below 89, I'm just like, yeah, I just go right back into the short trade. And then all you do is trend back to the upside. It's like, what? Once it goes through that key price level, it doesn't even get to VWAP. It went to 288.73. So on an 89 break, it went to 80. It went all the way down 27 cents below that level, and I still got away from the long at that point, only to watch now Microsoft up 1.4%. Sometimes you just got to join the party. Brendo?
We're talking about some retail earnings coming next week, including this one, Walmart, guys, Monday, doing this right now on decent volume. So go figure on a Friday.
It's like everything is just floating to the upside. It's like when you get moves like this,
it's melting up.
It's melting up. It's like it has as much to do with the offer just lifting. Like no one's on the offer on these offers. That's why they're just grinding higher and they look so smooth. Right, it's a matter of systematic buying, but there's probably some systematic buying. But the spike in Walmart, that's a big one, man. I mean, Walmart did this the other day, and it's getting so close. Obviously, remember when everything got trashed, and a few names had those earnings and those revisions, but none were as bad as what you saw in some of the retail names. Walmart 150 to like a 120. We all remember those couple of days or 2 or 3 days. Well, it's about to get up toward that higher low that lower high that it's had at about 134. That's going to be a huge test. Coming into a level like this, when they all report next week, is going to be monstrous. So it should be a big one there. Ooh, Rivian finally started to come back into the downside. And I mean by just even a little bit. Like even like one little spike like this when the stock is doing nothing and the market is screaming, that's what we have to try to take advantage of. We have 5 minutes till the imbalances come out. So as usual, stops will get tightened in either direction, and I'll be looking to try to hold on to a piece. If we make a turn, right now the risk to reward I think favors being in a short. So I'll try to hold on for something for some of the shorts, but the longs, it's all about the trailing stops. Tightening up Doordash, which is dead now. No continuation on that news. I'll put a stop right here, 77.50 to just, if it breaks that, we'll get out. No continuation to the upside there. And as a matter of fact, there's no point having an offer up at 79. There's a 0% chance it's getting up there. Shouldn't speak in absolutes, only the Sith deal in absolutes. I say 99.9% chance it's not going to get up there. Pretty much a certainty we will not see the high of the day anymore on Doordash. I'll get out in front of 78 or trailing stop.
Or try not to say anything about my position because if I talk about it, it probably won't work. We are out of Ford there, finally at 17. We did get out a plug as well, and that moved to 37. So out on plug, good trading there on plug today. And then the name I said I wouldn't speak of is Meta. So Meta right now, we re-shorted it right there at 30. So a nice move back down right now for Meta coming in. So what's up, Brendo?
First of all, it's Tuesday morning for Walmart earnings. There was a note that was floating around about some high-tech consolidation centers being built by Walmart too, but wasn't able to find much really on this, guys. So huge volume still here for Walmart.
I don't even know what that means. High-tech.
It's doing this on that? Really?
So Chicken Soup is officially
no offers, man. No offers. Like that's crazy. I don't know. We'll see. Like I almost feel like the first thought was like, why not just fade this? I just felt like it was too much, but that's probably too late. Like I think that was your chance up there, maybe to grab something in front of 133, and then you can be sitting in the money. I don't know if I want to short it here. Like I just watched Doordash come all the way back on its news. It's tight to those imbalances anyways. Probably not the time to be able to do that. If you took the short on Tesla at 900, well then for now you're right. It didn't get to 900. 899.59. So Tesla came close, but did not take out the size, unfortunately, at 900. But we did get to 1,500 likes, so it is locked in. Stick around after 4 o'clock, and you'll see something that hopefully is a little bit of fun. I didn't plan on this one, but it's not the one I had planned, but it's one I know well.
All right, so Neil going to be, oh yeah, good. We did get 1.5K, so we'll hit the alarm for that one.
I got to try not to curse because I actually don't.
Yeah, try to just.
I got to think about it.
Give like a halt on the cursing there, maybe. All right, so, okay, it's finally working. We're now 50 cents in the money, so we'll go fail on Meta right now because, unfortunately, we did get that stop out there. And maybe, you know, I mean, I'm learning something every single day, right? I mean, I think that we're getting better every day. And, you know, just looking to see, maybe it was a little more prudent to wait until we hit some of those highs. But you can always do this, man. You can always look back and be like, oh, I should have got out there and not there and yada, yada, yada. So, obviously, if you know what TV show that's from, everyone should know that.
If you don't know what TV show that's from.
If you don't know, now you know, because I'm sure everybody in the chat will put that there as we go yada, yada, yada about Meta, because I'm hoping that it yada, yada, yada's itself all the way downside right now, and then we can start talking about it more around this 179.60 area rather than in the 80s. So that'll be good. We're making a little bit of money back here, which is good. We got to go out for dinner tonight, so we'll put some money in our pocket on the last little bit here on that move. So keep going to the downside there on the way back in. So let's wait. There it comes right back up again. The imbalances are, the imbalances are close right now, man.
It's 1 minute, 1 minute, yeah.
I didn't even realize that. So we'll put this up right now. These are the market on close imbalances. We never really want to see ARCA, which is NYSE American. We'll watch out for that, and we'll sort it by size. So when it comes out in 350, so in 45 seconds, the imbalances will come out, and we'll see what happens here. These will all fill out. Meta, we have our stops already, so if we get stopped out, we get stopped out on Meta, and we'll see that's going to have to break upside again on that stop out, so a big move up for Meta. We did have it as 450 million shares, I always say shares, to sell on the value of everything, so again, yesterday was what, 1.2 billion or something? So 450 is not a lot, but it matters when it comes out. So we'll hold this up here. We'll put this like this so you can see it in about 15 seconds or so. They'll come out. So you're going to have to hear my voice a little bit longer. And then when they come out, we'll review it, and then we'll go over, pass it off, and we'll see if Neil sees anything on this. So 3, 2, and 1, and then here we go. They will all, okay. As if. I just saw Alibaba up there as a big one. I don't.
It's all buys.
Where did Alibaba? Oh, there's Alibaba as a buy. Okay, I was going to say because if Alibaba was a huge sell and started tanking, I'd be upset. But Alibaba's still at that same level, so not really moving. Amazon, wow, 143 and change. I'm guessing this Meta is going to stop me out, so maybe I should get out here a little bit. Let's just get out a little bit more on Meta. There we go. We'll punch out a little bit. That's Apple. Yeah, when Apple, oh man, that chart's not working again. I just saw one. I should have yelled at him for that. Amazon, though, again, 143, taking out some of those levels, taking out days high on Amazon on that. Yeah, they're all buys, man.
It's
Microsoft.
like it's a total buy, like probably a couple billion to buy. Everything.
Even
is to
Google.
Yeah,
what was it? Yeah, there it is. 2.6, sorry, to buy billion. So everything's a buy. Only Taiwan Semi there as your lone seller.
The bulls are eating this afternoon. I mean,
big time. I mean, now the market's going right back to highs.
Like I'm looking B on my chart there, but I don't even care about the trailing stops. I just punched out of both the shorts because at this point, I mean, I'm not going to buy the high on a Friday going into the 10s, but I'm certainly don't need to be sitting in any shorts there. I didn't see anything that was crazy in terms of movement on any of those stocks. Like you did have, like, look at this. Like you had this wick, like it was Amazon here, which was one of the big ones. It wicked up, took the high and reversed. That's why I wouldn't like taking a long. Like I'd rather, you know, it's a little bit tricky to try to grab that long. It actually faded right back in. I thought I saw a similar thing on Amazon. Interestingly enough, Dave, of all things, was on there. I feel like there was news on Dave the other day where they reported or something, maybe, like that penny stock. But just keep in mind, these are all relative to not just how much volume they do on the day, but think about the notional value of it as well. Like 1 million shares, yeah, but it's a 66-cent stock. It's not exactly a heck of a lot. I mean, it's a lot of money, but in trading in the market, it's not a lot of money. But it did pop. So it's worth noting, like Dave did make a move on that imbalance because it's not very liquid today. So that 1 million shares did affect it. In the short term, I think it pairs off because really it's not a heck of a lot of shares. So it's not going to hold, I don't think, that imbalance. But sometimes you can get a move anyways because there wasn't any liquidity.
So I don't know how many memberships are available. Thank you to Gaddy Hernandez, I guess, and anybody else who's become a member. And a big shout out again to Two Trading Group for 50 memberships. They might be gone. I have no idea how to check if they're gone. And people are really, we're really hitting them. Yeah, it's going this way because I feel like it was such a big donation that it wants to stay up there for a while.
So the timer goes to the left.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, the timer definitely goes that way for sure. Just a matter of, I wasn't sure if that was like the timer or if its membership's running out. Oh, they gone. Okay. Corey Waters said they're gone. So good. Thank you so much for that, Corey. They're gone. So a big thank you one more time to True Trading Group for that. So thank you for that. All right, Meta down to the downside again. And yeah, if you're not a member now, it's $5 a month. So, you know, just to support us. You can also we showed some hoodies and stuff like that on today. That's all that we have. I still think that we could put together something, but we're going to choose to stay. You know, all the education is going to be free on the show, and we're going to continue to do that every single day. There's also videos out on our website. Make sure you check that out on YouTube. Over 330 or so thousand subscribers right now. So we're pretty proud about that. Check us out obviously on Instagram, on Twitter, and most of your popular social network avenues. But okay, so we only have 40% left on this trade. We were able to get not most of it out, but every single one of these ticks is an out, so you can see where we're getting it out. Right around VWAP 180 has been a couple outs. Our best out was 90s. It did tick down. I was waiting at 75. It went to 77, so hopefully that can come out a little bit. But yeah, all those buys at the end of the day. Remember, at 355, they'll all flip around. So this is what it looks like now. Amazon, so some of them are starting to get paired off. We'll see a big flip in about a minute, I would assume, when you get another big update. They like to take some trades off 55 and then again at 4 o'clock. So we'll see. It either rockets up because they stay, or some of those numbers get paired off. We come back down to the downside.
So apparently, I was joking around that I had a friend who was like, oh my God, Bed Bath & Beyond is going. You guys are talking about it. He actually did buy calls, he just told me. So good for you, man.
But did he get out?
Look, I actually didn't ask him. I'm going to assume he didn't because people YOLO. But anyways, look, it's going to close, it looks like, close to that 13. Yeah, so it holds at that high. So you are fine right now. But there was a great comment in the chat. There was a question in the chat. It was Trade Trigger asking, is EMBK, is there a Mullen-style dollar play in there? If you remember this, it's like when a stock breaks out, like a penny stock, and then starts holding a dollar, can it give you a consolidation where you just sort of sit with risking to the lower high? In this case, right now it's 95, but sit in front of a buck, give it to 95 cents, and then scalp it every 10 cents or so, and then try to hold out for bigger moves every single day. I would say it needs to obviously close here, open above that dollar, or at least hold above that dollar, or at least above that 98, 99 cent level on Monday, get that consolidation, then you start doing it. It's a little bit premature to think that just because it's held a dollar here, it's an automatic, right? Like that's a day trade style. Like I would come in on Monday and then say, okay, are we holding that dollar level? Right now you're giving it to 90, it looks like 93 even, maybe 93 to 95. Try to get along, make sure you have your stop in. But the second it shows you it can't hold that level or barcode off it, then it's gone. What Mullen was doing, with only 4 minutes to go to complete the thought, what Mullen was doing, essentially, and I had data still missing on that chart, at the time, and it was all the way back here actually, it was essentially giving you this buck for a while, and then it made one move, and that's all you really need. It was giving you dollar, getting 5 cents, 10 cents. It made like this move here to 120, and then the next day it was gone. So every single day for like 4 or 5 days in a row, it would just hold the dollar level after rejecting breaking lower on that downward trend. You went long for 3 days. Each day you were in the long, it paid you a little bit more, and then it eventually went to $1.40. Maybe you could see that with that name there, EMBK, but you don't know yet because it only tested that buck here just now.
But at least if you don't know.
Now you know.
Right, so at least there's that. Okay,
so now Tesla's going.
Oh, God.
What?
I just heard, yeah, we get like little alerts, and apparently Tony is in the building. You can see him come through there. You know, whenever Tony walks around, there's like a big chorus of cheers. So he's on the floor right now. Tony, the man, the myth, the legend. If you guess someone might be filling in next week, might be right.
There's Tesla 900.
Yeah, there it is, man. Breaking right at the end of the day. We have been getting out some. Oh, we can go over there. We got out most of our meta. We only have 30% left. Some out there at 10.
Oh, 60,000 on the offer.
SLA. Okay. Oh, did it break? No, it did not. Oh, it's going to break in 2 seconds anyways. That's not going to mean anything. So there goes Tesla. Watch this. See ya.
Get them.
Get them. No, they don't want it. What? Come on, it's only 60,000 shares, man. Look at all the defrints. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to get thrown down right now, I'd imagine. I can't believe it's not getting taken out right now. That is like not even
that
many shares.
Watch it break at 4 o'clock.
Like it's done 25 million shares. Oh yeah, it'll probably break in the aftermarket. This guy will pull. Could be due to Tesla, some imbalances coming out on Tesla, but I don't want to look because it's right there. I mean, whether or not you're going to trade it or not in the last minute, it's up to you. But Tesla just doing Tesla-like things right now. All right, I'm just going to cancel all my orders. Meta's going to the upside. We'll just take that last trade out at 30 there. little bit of a win there on Meta for our last bit, but it was a good trade there. There it is, out for flat, but we did get some out. That's our last 30%. So Meta was okay. Should have got them all out on that flush initially, but of course, when the market comes out a booming bid at 350 of what, 2.6 billion, hard to do it. There we go. Amazon's off now. Apple, see, they're all starting to get paired off. So don't expect too many big moves now. You've seen the Apple chart's not working. Amazon continues to make that move up. Wow, 144 for Amazon. I don't know, man. I might have to sell some of that in my account. That's been a big mover.
That was a weak break. Tesla finally took that order, got to 949, and that was it. After all that, that's all that happens. That's the problem with the late day break, because the follow through, like if it's going to go 905, 910, it's probably doing that after the market. Like even now when it retested, we've talked about this before, when it tries to break the level, where the bids above 900, it'll get there, it'll break above, you'll see the offer go, but where the actual buyers and bids above that 900 level, they show up there for a split second at the even, and then they're completely gone. So that's a weak breakout at this point, and likely because there's only 1 minute left in the session.
Yes,
I'll be glued to this to watch it anyways, but it's definitely been a fun one. Someone just said Tesla to 940 on Monday. I'm down with that. That would be a heck of a lot of fun, because that would give us an obvious, like if it goes to 940, there's no way there's not a good long trade. I can't possibly travel that far without us finding a long, although I guess it's happened in the past. But Tesla rejecting the 900, at least for now. This story is not done just yet. With Amazon too? Like, oh.
I mean, Amazon had that imbalance, so yeah, it's ripping.
I guess that
I'm just watching it like, wow. I mean, before we saw that buyer come up on Amazon, but no buyer needs to come here. I mean, this is just ripping to the high side. There goes Amazon closing at the day's high, obviously, as many stocks are. There's that 2% we talked about, man. Shout out to whoever told me to turn that bull around. It is definitely ripping this market. So yeah, look, it's going to be a fun one, man. On Monday, it should be a great trade. I'm just really interested to see what happens. There's Walmart. We talked about that coming through. Some retail names coming next week.
Lowe's, Costco.
Yeah, exactly. Costco. Target. All right, here we go.
Target.
10 seconds. Here we go, Tony. Time to kill it right now as we're getting ready to rock and roll. There's Tony. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, man, a big shout out, Bears vs. Bulls. You are right. Shout out to the production crew, man. We wouldn't be able to do it without these guys. Getting all the different camera angles, getting our battery packs right here on the desk. So there's Mark. Oh, you can't see Mark there, can you? Oh, yeah, there he's kind of, oh, that pole's in the way. What's in the way there? What is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, it is that camera stick there. So you can see, like, you can sort of see there.
Yeah,
like Mark is like, there he is. He's in there anyways. Okay. Yeah, big shout out to the production team. Big shout out to everybody that's working really hard behind the scenes for us. Brendan, it was quite an interesting day. Maybe not day, but definitely afternoon, as the market just relentlessly kept on going up. Where did we finish on all of the broader markets?
The never-ending buy program this afternoon in full effect. Here we go. We didn't quite get to 2, but almost. I mean, it was above, but closing-wise, 1.99 there for the NASDAQ leading the way, 1.6, 1.17. But, guys, that is not the right page. But the week itself, the 4th straight for all 3, the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ in positive territory. So the momentum continues back to the upside.
Yes, it does. The momentum continues, and thank you for the super chat there, Greg. I'm not going to waste any time. This one's for you guys. It's going to be West Coast. You all know this one. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre's at the door. Ready to make an entrance, so back on up, because you know we about to rip it up. Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. 2 loped out G's going crazy. Death Row is the label that pays me. Unfadable, so please don't try to fake kids. But back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected to let them understand. From a young G's perspective, and before me they got a trick, I have to find the contraceptive. You never know, she could be earning a man, learning a man, and at the same time burning a man. And you know I ain't with that ish, Lieutenant, cause they know loving good enough to get burned while I'm up in it, yeah. And that's realer than real deal, holy feel. And now you ladies and pros know how I feel. Well, if it's good enough to get broke off a proper chunk, I take a small piece of some of that funky stuff.
Like this. It's like this and like that. Great.
I wasn't ready for that one. I wasn't ready for that one.
You know.
I almost said one thing that I shouldn't
No,
have
you
said.
did it. It was early, and then you covered it late. So that
was close.
was great, man.
That was
Big shout out to
close.
Nioh, of course, for that. That was smooth as butter, baby. And as that happened, we did get a super chat from Greg. So thank you, Greg Moore, for that one, and thank you, everybody. I mean, look at it. The chat says itself there. A lot of fire happening. Thank you for all the likes, of course. And yeah, there it is. Hidden talent alert right there.
I need a beer.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I thought someone was throwing down beers today. Another super chat there. Thank you so much for Edwin as well there. Yeah, everyone loving that. So thanks, Neil. Yeah, join us every Friday if we get. I mean, you might run out eventually, but there's a lot of those that you can go through. So.
They're all dirty. That's the problem.
Yeah, that was good there. I felt myself singing along there, but that was a good one. So thanks for that. That was fun. Real fun on that. So all right, Brendo. You traveling to anywhere this weekend?
Dubai. I'm not. I
going
am
to Dubai.
staying
Going
close.
to Live Tour?
Sorry?
Are you a new member of the Live Tour?
Right. No.
I'll join.
How about
What do you
you?
think about that, anyways, Brendan? All those guys moving over to the Live Tour.
It's interesting. Neil and I were actually talking about it the other day. I mean, it's the first time in a long time that a professional sports league has essentially splintered and in a way that's meaningful, at least, to the PGA. We'll see going forward. I mean, more and more. Still, even this week, there was a few I saw that signed over.
Yeah,
We'll
they were
see.
saying that Cameron Smith might be one of the next ones. Yo, what's up, Fahad? Fahad just signed with the Live Tour as well. He
Apparently.
was practicing golf, so he went to there.
Yo, I can't golf, but you could sign me to Live Tour right now with the money they're throwing
Hell yeah.
around. Like it's.
And they're also increasing the purses in the PGA from that reason as well.
They
so
have
I
to,
think they'll
right?
go back and forth. Maybe they eventually merge. I like some of the stuff that's Liv's doing, but it's
Or
all that
like
Saudi
a
money.
like a cross competition would be cool too.
Oh, yeah, if they can figure that out, challenge.
Challenge.
Yeah, okay. So look, great stuff happening on the show. Thanks to Neil for that. That was awesome. Thanks to everybody today. Thanks to Luca. I mean, salute to him. Cheers up for Luca. We're really excited to have him back after vacation, but he's going to be stepping away from trading. But he'll make some cameos. We'll throw him on for an hour here and
He'll be
there.
around.
Yeah, as long as he's up for that, we'll do that. That should be a lot of fun. Enjoy your weekend. So for everybody, thanks to Steph today. Thanks to Prad, Luca. We talked about that. Anybody else we're missing? Mark, Fahad, Liz, Katrine, Maggie.
Fahad.
Maggie left.
Fahad. Yeah, okay.
You saw Veru.
Yeah, Veru was ripping up there. Thanks to Brendan, of course. Neil, obviously, we've already said thanks to that. So, hey, look, it's going to be a big weekend, obviously. Stay tuned. It was a monster week for stocks again this week. Lots of stuff happening. More names coming out, man. Roblox was a great trade this week. AMC, congratulations to all of you that are trading that one. It's going to be a good one, man. Watch out for Walmart. That's Tuesday, though, not Monday. So we'll watch out for that. And we will see everybody. Check out our videos that drop on the weekend as well. A look ahead on the week. Those are really good. So stay tuned for our trade of the day. For everybody here at Trader TV Live, have a great weekend. Enjoy the baseball game tonight. And we will see everybody on Monday. Ciao.